JT Vega, host of the open house party. As you can see, I'm not very happy right now. There's been some situation that escalated, so I'm going to go ahead and try to see if I can get people to come in. Hopefully someone will come in and eventually do something. So here we go. Hopefully this...
And I am here.
Okay, good. Hey Johnny, how's it going?
I'm going great. How about you?
I'm doing all right. What you been up to?
Anyway, it's been a couple of Fridays since I last been on one of these, so I figured I'd start by telling you a little war story from Frisco.
Now, what happened in Frisco?
Well, Dad and I were walking back from the the waterfront, which is a place by the waterfront of Frisco.
Frisco?
It's really good scallops.
Oh, really? You went to the restaurant?
Yeah. Yeah. And on our way back, we saw this druggy-looking, hippie, dreadlock-bedecked person with a skateboard spouting about how our God Emperor Trump was putting our country down the toilet. So I just turned up my jams and ignored her. She was running up to the car hoping to hit it. It was during a red light thingy. No joke, that actually happened.
She actually attacked your car.
Almost. Gender studies, Vega. It's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, go ahead and talk about it. Go ahead and talk about what was the issue that happened.
Yeah. No, seriously. And to those tuning into the... But first, let me just say this. Welcome one, welcome all, ladies and gentlemen, and those who sexually identify as a PS4 controller, to the Open House Podcast.
Yes.
The only podcast in the whole wide world where a Casanova, an autist, and many others tell it like it is.
That's some good shit, man. Hey,
thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Johnny. I appreciate what you said there. With your host,
I am John Peterson.
Yep, Johnny Peterson, and this is JT Vega.
First off, let's start things off by talking about what Donald Trump said. I think it was something last week about how he's denouncing both the alt-left and the alt-right.
Yeah,
about
he's not taking any side of it.
So?
He's not taking any side of it. That's the thing. And a lot of people are very upset with him about that issue because he doesn't want to take sides on this whole issue because both sides are very much advocating for violence against each other. And that's the issue that I have with that whole situation.
Hang on, I'm going to open up a new link in my browser to see the chat.
Yeah, let me give you the link to the.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
And there's nothing interesting here yet.
He doesn't want to take sides on the whole issue because.
Hang on, let me mute this. Yep.
It's too loud.
There. Now you don't have to hear any repeat.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Well, it's just I don't get that many views on this channel. I usually just try to talk about some shit. Usually after that I get like a few people watching the thing. Sometimes they get a few upvotes here and there. That's how it works in my audience thing. I don't really care if they like it or not. I understand that some people dislike my content because it's shitty. It's not the way people like it, and I understand that some people I understand that some people want to talk about gaming, and that's fine. I love talking about video games. I love talking about things, but I'm just talking about random shit like politics, entertainment, stuff like that. That's coming on into your mind. Like anything that how was your week in San Fran?
Oh, I not only did I go to San Francisco, but I also went to Ventura, which I tried paddleboarding for the first time.
Oh, really?
I was pretty gutsy about it too, but then I went on to the break and I promptly ate it on the salt water.
Ooh.
Eesh.
Yeah, that can.
And then I went to Denver, Colorado.
Oh, that's nice.
More like a suburb of Denver, thereabouts. And yeah, I wasn't used to the heights because they're near the because I have family that live near the Denver area, like Denver proper. The more you know.
The more you know. The Denver. How was the weed? Not just joking. You didn't smoke any.
What?
Did you smoke any weed?
Nope.
Okay, good.
I saw it through a lens that I didn't see it before, which was like sane and rational, you know?
Yeah, because they legalized weed in Colorado, I heard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did. They did.
Did your father try to inhale some weed?
Nah.
Nah. He's just... it's fine. It's not a big deal. It's just... Well, I just wanted to bring it up just to see how you react to it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so you had a lot of fun on vacation, and you wanted
Yeah.
and there was a lot of crazy shit going on after that, and I understand that you encountered some people that were nuts, and you explained the whole story.
Yeah. It's a shame that Rollins isn't here yet, because he would have just gone off.
Yeah, he would have gone off and said, these people are nuts, these people are crazy, they don't give a fuck about you, and they definitely don't really give a shit about Pokemon or your yeah, he'll probably say that. All they want to do is convert you to their ideas. That is the way they do it.
But it's gonna take more than some crazy cat lady and a bunch of black shirts to bring this old dog down.
Yeah, I personally don't support the KKK or the Nazis or anything like that. I just think that most people really hate what's going on. That's what I see. I hate the whole situation between what's going on in Charlottesville, because it's becoming a lot of people are in a panic about Nazis and they don't even want to admit to this. They want to go after the Nazis, but the problem is that right now is that Antifa and Black Lives Matter are reinforcing this issue against them. Which right now the right,
Black Lives Matter?
Yeah, which they're labeling people alt-right and alt-right and alt-left.
I'm sorry. I've never heard of them since like the whole BLM kidnapping this January. Yeah. But I kind of see where you're coming from here.
Yeah, because right now they're labeling the other side as the alt-right and the alt-left. They're calling them alt-left because they believe in some extreme ideas. Like, they're neither conservative, they're neither liberal, they're not,
they're on the fringe.
They're not even communist. They're more
well, what the hell are they?
They're more socialist.
Well, commies, so what are they?
They're more socialist.
Yeah,
like
that just needs LARPing as soldiers.
I wish they would just, beat each other with foam bats. That would be the most hilarious thing to watch. Just hitting each other with foam bats and then just be like to get it out of their system. Because I understand that a lot of them got upset with a lot of the issues that they were concerned about. And the thing is that they're trying to take down monuments. No joke. They want to take down I've heard. Yeah. It's like they want to take. Yeah, one Vice journalist was advocating that we should take down Mount Rushmore.
But nobody gives a crap about Vice News.
Yeah, no one gives a shit about them. It's like they don't realize what's going on. It's like they're advocating for weird shit. And what is the KKK advocating for? They want to keep all the immigrants out of the U.S. That's pretty much how crazy it is. As crazy as it is right now, they're more advocating to keep everyone out of America. Like they want to send all the black people back. It was like that was like the dumbest. That's like some dumb stupid shit that they say, and I couldn't really take them seriously on that. But unfortunately, a lot of people are upset because Trump is in power, and they're going after that shit.
Yeah, I mean, in an alternate timeline where these morons don't exist, I'd be more than happy tippity tapping away on my Mac and just minding my own business. But now I feel bound to defend Trump at every turn, and I don't even know the guy.
Yeah, he's a businessman. He started out as a businessman and went to. That's all he was known for. But then again, you know, he had his ups and downs in the past. You know, and people still hate him for it. And I understand some people don't like him. And it's like, I don't really give a shit, man.
Well, if these SJW types don't like how our way of doing things work, I know a country they'll love.
Venezuela.
Bingo, Vega.
Venezuela.
That way. Real oppression.
Venezuela. Yeah.
And we can sit back, watch popcorn, and watch as they go completely
insane. And no one's
insane.
bothered to talk about Venezuela. That's the weird part. Like, they don't give a shit about Hispanic people. They don't give a shit about Hispanic people. They don't give a shit about how oppressive Hispanic people.
We can just
they don't
pop all these anti-twits and every one of those social justice types in Venezuela, and then we can just kick back, munch popcorn, and watch as they go friggin' insane.
I know, and it's like they don't give a shit about the Hispanic people. All they give a shit about is Trump. Like they don't even report on the news what's going on in South America. They just give a shit about they just give a shit about Trump is being oppressive.
No, Apex. That's not how the line goes. It goes, my name is Nemo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
He's just joking around with it. Hi, my name is Ingo Montoya. And I hate you all. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Say that. Hey, how's it going?
Oh, hey, Ghosts and Jerix. Haven't seen you in a New York minute.
Yeah, let me go ahead and get you guys in. Let me see if you guys are on my Skype account here.
And how's it hanging?
Yeah.
And how's it hanging, Apex?
Yeah, bees. Let me get him in.
Anyways,
yep.
So however I feel about the current God Emperor, I'm livid that these social justice types are even still around. I mean, we sane people crushed them in last year's election.
Yeah, I didn't vote for Trump, to be honest with you.
Me neither.
And the thing is that
I just wanted to wait until this entire crap storm blew over before I could make it good.
I just didn't care to vote for Hillary because Hillary was more corrupt than ever, and I didn't care because a lot of people don't realize what she had done in the past, and especially the whole situation.
Yes, for Syngetrix, I know Nurgle is streaming tonight.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let the man do his own thing until this whole apocalypse thing blows over.
Yeah, and I'm just letting him. Get it out of his chest. You know, we're just streaming so we can get things out of his chest. So don't worry, we're not competing against Nurgle. Nurgle can still get his views. It's no big deal.
But thanks for the heads up, regardless.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah, here's the Hangout link if you want to come in.
If you guys want, yeah, if you want to go in, shoot the breeze with us, you know, just anything. Gary Johnson?
No, I didn't vote for Gary Johnson or Jill Stein. I voted for.
There's
It was an
things.
independent party that I voted for. That wasn't really. That was it. That
Oh,
wasn't.
Green
That was
Party.
in my
He was the
party.
Green Party guy, right?
No, it was like the. It was a.
Oh wait, that was Dr. Jill Stein.
No, I didn't vote for Jill Stein.
Right.
I didn't vote for Gary Johnson because they were. Because Gary Johnson was kind of weird.
Oh, Aleppo? That's a place in Syria for Vercingetorix.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
it's a big situation in Aleppo.
yeah, it's a real shite show over in Syria.
Yeah.
Especially since we now have a lot more interventions and invasions than we know what to do with. I mean, how many years have we been in Iraq now?
Several.
No,
Evan
seriously,
McMuffin.
I lost count.
Evan McMuffin. Nah.
Evan McMuffin. You know what? This takes me back to a stream from 2 weeks back when somebody asked me if I was related to Ralts.
Oh, really?
Yes.
They said
I was seriously asked that question.
no. He's not related to Waltz. I know that for a fact because they both. He lives. He was a farmer. He's like the farmer's son.
Me? I'm just a. Oh.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Doc. Hey, Doc. We're shooting the breeze about Charleston before you popped on here.
Oh, you mean that stunt that Dutch did to promote the new Challenger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people were making jokes about
Yeah.
the Dodge Challenger because it was fun, but at the same time it was sad too because people were just making memes of that whole situation, and it was just sad.
Yeah.
It's like, you know,
And to the people who made those memes, friggin' uncalled for.
yeah, you can't stop them from making memes, man. They always do it all the time.
Fair enough.
Yeah, they'll do it because they have that sick, twisted humor type of thing. Like they make fun of anything that they feel that would help the situation.
I mean, I'm game for dark humor, Vega, but that kind of goes a little far.
Yep.
And yes, Vercingetorix. Wait.
You should have seen the memes about the Challenger having the same crop flow system as the Ford Mustang.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hey, Rob.
Hey, all, it's been a while.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. It's like,
Yeah. I mean, we are way past half. We're half past. We're over half past 2017, and this stuff's been crazy, Rob.
Oh yeah, I've been following it loosely, like not like I haven't been trying to follow it like a whole ton because I would because I grew crazy, but yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
But that's totally fine. You want to be crazy? Go right the hell ahead. I mean, you're not crazy to drop the mic on SJWs, but it helps.
Yeah, you heard some crazy. You hear some of the crazy stuff that happened. Like they're trying to. Someone in New Orleans vandalize the Joan of Arc statue.
Oh yeah,
And it's like no one.
I know.
No one knows who she is, and yet they think she's a Confederate. And it's like you realize. Do you know who Joan of
I
Arc
thought
is?
Shannon hugged the.
Go ahead.
How's about we wait till the weaponized autism over at 4chan takes care of him?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because what happened is it happened at night. No one saw that. No witnesses. What it was basically someone that doesn't know their history or undereducated doesn't know who Joan of Arc is. They just assume, oh my God, it's a Confederate soldier, so we're gonna have to take it down because of slavery.
You bleeding It looks like somebody needs to hit the books.
Yeah,
At this point, I don't know why they even keep statues up. Like, if I was the mayor of a town, I'd be like, "Fuck it, no more statues. I don't care who of."
yeah, but they think they don't even know who Joan of Arc is. They just assume, because you have to realize they made that statue in dedication of Joan of Arc. She was the liberator of France,
of Orleans,
England.
France.
Yeah.
Well, there's been a few statues like they.
Unlike
got
the moron who vandalized that Joan of Arc statue.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Didn't they get that peace statue as well?
Yeah, including what happened with Lincoln.
Oh, hey Val. Hey Val.
Lincoln was the other one.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Well, the Lincoln one was kind of. I mean,
the Lincoln one I can kind of understand, considering he was around during the Civil War, but
he freed the slaves.
Not even then. It's like this is guilt by association. This is worse than guilt by association. This is guilt by association on dead people.
Yeah.
Like,
what if somebody vandalized a dead monument of their stupid movement? Actually, don't answer that. Oh, and for those of you who just joined in, the guy with the hippity-hoppity, get off my property thing is Dr. F.
Dr. Lou.
And
I'm
this
also known
Edward
as
Kenway-looking fellow here, the blue shirt, is Robert.
Hello. Hello.
I am, of course, the guy with the Aaron Black gunslinger slinger getup. Slinger picture is yours truly, John Peterson. But who are we forgetting?
Oh, no one.
Yeah,
no one in particular.
No one in particular. I'm just here. I'm here because I have to be here.
JT Vega, right.
I'm your host. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff. I was like hearing from Democracy Now! They've been talking the same old narrative over and over. Donald Trump did this. Donald Trump did the evil thing, and then they brought in some woman who took down that one statue in Charlottesville.
Well, the biggest news that I just saw was like Trump's entire art council quit.
Yeah, I heard. It was like they.
Please tell me that's fake news.
They basically no, it's not. They basically all the Hollywood, you know. I think he did a good job because he definitely drained the swamp.
He's draining something. I just think he's more. It seems more and more he's just draining the swamp of himself.
Yeah, because some of them were business people.
Well, yeah, the manufacturing people, yeah, absolutely were like. First, the pharmaceutical guy dropped out. Then Intel was like, "Wait, why did he drop? I'm dropping too." And it's like, Jesus, yeah, it's almost funny if it weren't so sad.
By the way, guys, you are coming in pretty well.
Oh, there was this image I saw on a group where they had Abraham Lincoln saying, "Why did I free these niggas?"
Sometimes, Abe, I ask myself the same thing. Why did you free those guys if you knew that this was going to go south, though, 150-something years after the fact?
Well, it only went south because the North basically fucked up Reconstruction. Like, yeah, great job, guys. That's totally a way to deal with a subjugated nation that you want to be friendly.
Yeah, I'm back here. I'm sorry. I had to get some chicken out of the...
Is that considered cultural appropriation or something?
No, I had to get some chicken out of the
Everyone likes a good chicken.
Yeah.
I do like me some KFC. And is Robert all right? His side's looking a little wonky.
No big deal.
Honestly, some KFCs are better than others. At least in my area.
My camera's on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Turn my camera off if
Hey,
it's so
Val,
long.
how's it going? Let me get you in here.
All right, let's get Val in here.
Let's get Val in here so he can.
Also, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but Pickle Rick.
I'm loving all the drama around the new Rick and Morty. Like, it's hilarious. It's my favorite season so far.
We are going to be ostracized from human society for this. I can tell.
Everyone's like, oh, character development. Ew! It's like.
Then again,
Hey.
social justice warriors. What do you want from me?
I feel bad for the horror
Hey.
Ruru. His videos are getting taken down.
Oh, everyone's videos is
Yeah.
LGR, like Lazy Game Review, releases the most inoffensive stuff about video games,
Yeah.
and it's being taken, and his stuff is being taken.
He does a
now.
lot of like video game history and also like tech history too. That's
Yeah.
I like his videos sometimes because he does a little bit, but I don't know why they would take his videos down. It's like
Because it's pretty much like the Salem witch trials.
he doesn't really he does talk about a lot of he doesn't really talk about anything like controversial. He just talks about the I just don't see how he's the bad guy, and I don't even know why they unplugged him.
Yeah, unless they really, really don't like blood, and so Duke Nukem is a problem.
Oh,
But even then, they promised that video game violence wasn't going to be included. So, like,
wait, video game violence wasn't that debunked back in the night? Pickle Rick!
Hey, Morty! Hey, Morty! Hey, Morty! Take a look at this. I'm a Pickle Rick. Boom! Big reveal. I'm Pickle Rick.
God damn it, Vercingetorix. I was just about to say that video game violence was debunked back in the 90s. And then you show up and say, Pickle Rick!
Hey, you wanna one shine that shit or just follow it? I'm a
Now,
dildo.
what have I created?
I'm a dildo. Dildo Rick.
I've created a
I
friggin'
think
monster.
that's gonna be the newest meme in 2017.
correct. Yeah. Already is kind
Get
of.
on that now. I will. Somebody get that. If somebody would get on that, I don't know. I'll give you something.
Yeah, the newest meme.
Hey, Morty. Morty. Flip me over. Flip me over. I'm that pink thing on the table.
I wasn't sure if the article that was claiming that people were freaking out about the level of violence of that episode, like, I wasn't sure if that was real or not.
They probably were, but you know, Rick and Morty was always like had dark humor in it, and they don't realize.
Yeah.
And it's like the producer went all the way down to that one convention where they were advocating for peace and all this other stuff, and it's like, are you really that desperate for to suck up to some people that are gonna probably get upset with you or get offended by your videos?
Yeah, they are still under Adult Swim, remember?
Yeah.
And Adult Swim, they put their episodes out for free, but that's about the only good thing that Adult Swim does for any, like, they still heavily go after their shows.
Yeah. And it's only at late nights. It doesn't seem like they don't understand that late nights is not an issue anymore. It doesn't go.
Yeah.
Like, kids are not going to watch this show. It's not like the kids are like into this show or anything like that. It's like me and B back then. unless you're
even back then, like everyone.
The fuck?
Yeah, you got cut off.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Now it's just me, JT, and a frog with a shotgun,
Yeah,
people.
Because I seem to recall watching Beavis and Butthead, and that was the most controversial show back in the 90s.
And the 90s were controversial enough as it is.
Yep.
Rodney King debacle, anyone?
Yep, I remember that one.
O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, O.J. Simpson, the longest fucking trial I ever heard of.
In human history, yeah.
Bill Clinton's set scandal.
Yeah.
The Watts riots.
Yep.
The Japanese bubble burst.
Yep.
That ended up creating the moist ship phenomenon of the 2000s.
Yeah, especially the pirating issue too.
Mm.
I felt bad about that whole situation. It's like there was a lot of things that happened.
Like what?
Oh yeah, Pickle Rick. It's like
I am never going to live this down, am I?
Yeah, you're never going
Nope.
to.
I blame you, Mr. Dapperton.
Let's see, vlog Hitachi 7 update where the new NES Classic mod. Okay, cool. So you get to mod your old NES. That's interesting.
So anyway,
What's up?
I think Nurgle and Raltz touched upon this yesterday,
Yeah.
but there are a couple of attacks in Spain. Huh?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Oh yeah,
It's back.
yeah, the Barcelona terrorist attack.
Yeah.
90 dead?
Dead, 100 wounded.
100 wounded. Okay.
You know what's interesting? My hometown is actually named after the beach district of Barcelona.
Damn.
Yeah.
Also, Val, it's technically not my fault because Mr. Dapperton happened. He watched the episode of Rick and Morty that had Pickle Rick, and then I said it because I thought it would be pretty hilarious. And then person Jedrick said it. And then, oh, look who it is. It is the compulsive masturbator himself, Leon Gunstein.
Hey Leon, how's it going?
Not much. I'm just I'm playing Dark and Light.
Oh really? You're playing Dark and Light?
Yeah.
How is it?
I was just saying what was going on.
Oh, we're talking.
It's pretty
about,
good.
We're talking about a lot of crazy shit that's been happening in the news. Like, you heard that that someone vandalized the Joan of Arc statue in New Orleans.
Oh yeah, I heard it. We talked about that already.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dumbass leftists don't get that. She's a woman who fought the British and defeated them.
Yes.
She was so dangerous.
In the 100 Years' War, nonetheless.
Yeah.
That they wait a second here. She was so dangerous that they had to brand her as a witch just because they were afraid of her power.
Yeah. They're afraid.
That's how powerful Joan of Arc was.
Yeah.
They were afraid of her.
Yes.
I mean, and they vandalized a statue in her honor. Yeah. Yeah. I don't
It's
know.
kind of, I mean, like BLM anywhere else but America, like even by their standards, just doesn't work. So I'm
And why-
surprised that Joan of Arc got targeted.
It's like,
And Leon just ninja'd out.
yeah. I'm blaming-
Great. Anyways,
Well,
well,
the reason that the reason why they labeled her as a witch was the fact that she was overpowered. She prayed to God for the ultimate weapon against the French, against the British.
Yeah.
And what she did was she merely said Deus bolt, and then a lightning bolt struck her.
what? Dude, that's
Yeah.
Legend goes anyways.
super attack. Should they ever have ported Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate Stateside?
Oh, really?
I mean, there's a lot of legend around Joan of Arc and what she did, who she was, etc.
Some people said that she was. Some people said that she was a schizophrenic. Some others said that she had divine inspiration from God Himself. Some people said that she, like I said, that she was too overpowered for this world, and they ended up deleting her.
Yeah, they basically, the French betrayed her, backstabbed her, and accused her of being a witch, and because she was gaining more popularity as a liberator of the people, and she
pretty much, like, that seems to be the major reason.
Yeah, because she wanted revenge against the British for coming into her country and invading and killing her family.
And she was a badass character, unlike everything else that Marvel has been shitting out as of late.
Yeah.
Suck on that, you fucking feminist!
Yeah!
Yeah, there was...
Choke on these!
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of. I mean, that's kind of weird that they're like in that light, because it's kind of weird that they go after her. Then, all things considered, unless they just don't read Marvel or something.
Yeah, they
mean,
don't.
Yeah,
why would they read Marvel?
seems to be good at these days are games and movies.
Yeah, it's right now. Marvel's being. Did you watch Diversity in Comics?
I've watched a bit of their work, but can't say I have much lately.
Well, I meant the YouTube channel.
That's what I guess that's what you've meant. And Val, I still blame Dapperton. Anyway, but go ahead.
Well, his situation.
What's their latest?
His situation was he was being attacked by a stalker, who is supported by a writer. I think it was an editor from Marvel who was a female.
Oh, I remember the story.
Oh.
And he's not advocating.
What?
He's not advocating for her docs. He was advocating for information about her because this person is very disturbed. And I looked at some of the messages she made. She was like claiming that he was in Charlatan at the time, trying to become was a part of the march, which he said he wasn't. He was just there to pick up a comic, and he had a video of it too.
Yeah, well, he posted the picture of the comic too.
ASAP. I'm trying to the weaponized autism ready for in case she ever pops up again.
She's not. She's not even, she's just focused on attacking the guy who was in Diversity Comics, and it was really disturbing that she even had pictures of him and tried to, go after him, and it was just like, this is the type of behavior that people were avoiding.
Before we move on with this, Robert.
Yes.
Robert.
Yes.
Bit of advice next time, bud. Try and find a badass profile pic. I mean,
this is my other account. I apologize.
Fair enough. Anyways, Vega, go ahead. So, Robert, what's your take on the Diversity in Comics debacle involving that stalker?
Well, the thing is, I find it very disturbing because this person, a lot of people feel sorry for this person because this person has no life whatsoever but to lie and claim all this crazy conspiracy stuff about.
Well, there was also that chick that was going on for a gamer.
I know Steve Bannon left the White House and went back to Breitbart.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, did he actually go back to Breitbart? That's actually...
Yes. Yeah. It's a shame Milo's not coming back there. Oh well, no big deal.
Oh,
I mean, his book Dangerous is selling like hotcakes.
Link to Xeno's channel, please.
Yeah, he's being the old provocateur he's always been.
And that's why we love him. Not that I... Oh, never mind.
You wouldn't.
Yeah,
You.
his main preference is people of the African American persuasion.
Well,
Yeah.
well, a lot of them have been.
And look who it is! It is none other than our favorite monk, Mildra.
Hey, Mildra, how's it going?
Yo.
What do you got? What do you got?
I was just in the proverbial neighborhood. It seemed as soon as I was about to jump in, it sounded like you were going to be dealing with the whole thing with diversity in comics.
Yeah, that situation kind of was
that's what
disturbing.
we were talking about before. Person Jetter completely flipped the subject on its head with the whole Steve Bannon. But if you want to chime in with what's been going down with diversity in comics, I'm not.
I do think that he's coming out the better man in this because he's outright said that he's given the whole thing it's 15 minutes and is just gonna move on.
Yeah.
What I will continue to find funny about the whole matter is now when it comes to this editor, if they were, I have no absolute proof that they were egging the stalker on. And you already know how much of a high standard I have when it comes to what I will consider proof.
Yeah.
But if that is the case, I think what it ends up revealing is there's an old adage that my teacher had many times that I've used a few times. What are moderately competent people afraid of?
Intelligent people.
People who are actually competent, but I'll accept that too. The point is that if there's somebody who's smarter, who knows what the hell they're doing, and is pointing out these mistakes, the person that the moderately competent answers to might say, "Well, why are we listening to you when there's all these mistakes?" So it's the
idiot.
Basic, yeah. And the other thing is that when you're in that kind of position, you're effectively Alice chasing after the Red Queen. If you remember in the book, it takes all the running you have just to stay in place.
Yeah, took a lot of energy.
Because if you run because for someone like her, if she ends up being too slow, then it wouldn't take too much for somebody like Diversity in Comics to outpace her. And if she ends up running too fast, she'll end up angering the people who are above her.
Yeah. The weird thing was he's more of an open critic about the comic books. He's more of a, because he basically what he does is basically criticize the books that people create. And some of the books, I kind of agree with his points on some of his reviews on the comic books, especially the storyline. He kind of points out the way that they portray the characters and everything, and the wording and everything. It kind of doesn't make any. Some of it doesn't make any sense. Like they try to. He's more about criticizing the SJW element of their comics.
Although I want to field a little bit of a theory, and I'm probably going to send this to Diversity in Comics and see what his take on this is. But I do have to wonder when I look at the writing styles of some of these SJWized comics, if they're writing them as fodder for Tumblr in the sense of using these snippets to make some sort of reference or something like that, so that people on Tumblr can show how nerd they are, then about an actual story. It's kind of like when certain hack writers on cartoons try to try to insert memes that they hope will get on some sort of Vine thing or something like that.
Like The Simpsons.
Like Pickle Rick.
An actually proper inclusion of that.
Yeah, I know Simpsons gets a lot of memes.
Well, Simpsons has been getting memes in one form or another for over a decade.
Yeah.
So, and it's mostly because, well, there were several years where Simpsons was an incredibly quotable show. And hell, would you like to take a guess as to what the most quoted movie of all time is?
What?
For 2016 or 2017?
No, just overall.
I don't know.
Well, what is it, Mildred?
The Princess Bride.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's funny. We brought it up at the beginning of this here podcast.
yeah. My name is Dominic Montoya. Prepare to. You killed my father.
You got it wrong again.
Yeah, I do.
Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mildred. Thank you, you magnificent monk bastard.
Yeah,
Is that supposed to be a patent reference? Because that's how it came off.
you're magnificent.
It was a compliment.
Yeah, he was basically doing that. You magnificent bastard, you. I think that was from a movie.
I know. I just ended up thinking of Patton going, Rommel, you magnificent bastard! I read your book. but I digress. One thing that always amuses me when it comes to the social justice types is how ridiculous. And I'll have to rewatch Anti-Citizen X's Psychology of Belief series to see if there's any connection.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always wondered why the folks at Marvel and otherwise are so ridiculously thin-skinned to the point where I've gotten blocked by a few of them because when they were doing that whole "Make My Milkshake," I replied with an image of a glass jaw. I just happened to put in glass jaw into Google image search, and I found what looked like a skull's jaw that was made out of sugar glass, and I've saved that and I've used that whenever making fun of ideologues.
Yeah.
But this whole there's this ridiculous amount of thin skin. I'd almost say it's about as thin as, say, washi paper.
Yeah, because a lot of them are, from what I understand, they don't really care about, they just want to put their political views out there, and it's like, you guys need to really relax and calm down and realize, if your story isn't selling, you should try to do something better to figure out a way to betterize the storyline of your character.
Well, I think with a lot of them, they haven't gotten that sort of criticism because diversity higher.
Yeah. And
because of the fact that they didn't build that up, like I think I told you about this off the air a while back, about how when Todd McFarlane, I'd say about a year ago,
creator.
Yeah, about a year or so ago, he put out on his Facebook about 200 plus rejection letters that he got from Marvel when he was trying to break into the industry.
I remember you told me that story.
He made specific mention of ones that were sent by then editor-in-chief Jim Shooter.
Yeah.
Which gave him some constructive criticism and included a how-to guide on how to implement it. And McFarlane,
I got a little musical number for that of the SJW types. Mr. Strawman, give us a break. Please stretch your drink, perhaps, for Christ's sake. Are you just a him, or have you been drinking? No, we
Or
are not
smoking
convinced.
weed.
What are you thinking, Strawman? We can't stand it when
Smoking weed
you steal it over and over again.
every day.
How much more can we take? Mr. Strawman, give us a break.
Smoke weed every day.
4 out of 10.
Yeah.
Mega! What?
I was gonna give it 8 out of 10, but then I got high. But anyway, like shoot, like,
and
McFarlane had made special mention of the notes he got from Shooter and others who actually gave him criticism. But when I see a lot of this all new, all different kind of writers,
Yeah.
I don't really see that. Now, Vega, you remember months and months ago when you and I did that lengthy look at the recently canceled Mockingbird book, and how
the art and everything and the writing was done. They basically, I think, like I said before, the editors weren't very harsh on them and telling them to do it again.
Yeah.
Because even I remembered hearing stories from artists, that even writers, and I remember that one of the editors was like looking at this going like, okay, and he was like throwing a fit at the guy, and he explained the story that the editors were very pissed off with us about and told us to do it again because he didn't like what they were presenting. And he said, you guys could do better, and I know you guys could do better. Give me something that, and he was selling them. Give me something other than this piece of garbage. Otherwise, I'll lose a job. You'll lose a job. You won't be working in this industry anymore. And he was saying that, and that motivated them to do better.
Mm-hmm.
And he told them in all honesty that you need to present the storyline. I don't like this, and he would have told him, send it back, correct this, do this, and he told him that. He gave him constructive criticism. Correct this writing. I don't like it, and of course, proofread the comic book. And they even had a proofreader, and too bad that proofreader's dead.
Were they alive at the time that they did a job, or?
Fiat Chrysler, Apex says, Fiat Chrysler isn't having a good week over the attacks in Charlottesville and Barcelona.
Yeah, I heard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's actually interesting? You know what's actually even more interesting? This Saturday, when the attack happened, there was an event called Roadkill, which was basically, it was sponsored by Roadkill, which is a part of the Motor Trend, and it was the biggest Dodge meet in Detroit. Oh yeah, it was called Roadkill Nights, and then a bunch of SJWs went at the Facebook and Twitter page because of the event name.
Do they have fedoras?
I don't know. Possibly. Yeah. No, they have brightly color hair, so. Oh yeah, the event was called.
Oh, that must have gone as well.
Yeah, pretty much.
What's up, Mildred?
But wrapping up where I was going with that. The thing with it is that when we were looking at one thing I distinctly recall pointing out when we were looking at the Mockingbird comic is how the covers are so distinctly from what's the content and the tone of the actual comic. Because I think I brought up that the cover for Mockingbird #1 was very Struzan-esque. it's something I could honestly see Struzan painting for a film poster in the 70s or 80s. And for those of you who don't know, Drew Struzan is a very, very accomplished painter for film and promotional posters. He is all of the Star Wars and Indiana Jones posters were done by him or done in his style, as well as the poster for the first Harry Potter.
Oh yeah.
So the whole point is that you have all instead of focusing on just one character in some blasted background like so many cover arts do these days, he would have a variety of characters and a variety of scenes in one portrait as if he was painting more of a mural than just a character.
Also, I've laid out a new little thing here in the Open House podcast, the show where feelings get wrecked by reelings.
4 out of 10.
4 out of 10. Yep.
Yeah, not to hurt your feelings or anything, but like 3 out of 10 there.
Fair enough. Everybody
5 out of 7.
But
so judgy.
But when we opened the book, like it honestly felt like I was reading a sitcom or a webcomic, and that's why I've kind of developed this theory that they're writing books for Tumblr fodder.
Yeah, I kind of think that they were trying to, because they made a lot of mistakes and a lot of things that just really, like, for example, I looked at this, like, I'm looking at the comic books that for example, from the artist that did this, and a lot of the stuff, they got this artist from whatchamacallit, from DeviantArt, because she had a DeviantArt account, she had a Tumblr account.
Well, it was one of the mistakes, gender studies.
No, she's
no. That's the weird thing. Like, if you look at the stuff that she put on her DeviantArt or put on her Tumblr,
it was really
she's not a bad artist.
She's not a bad artist.
Yeah.
The problem was, I think that they kind of there were a lot of mistakes that she did. Like, let me go ahead and present it out here, because I think I found some art panels that were, like, for example, this one. Like, let me see if I could find it. Like, a lot of people criticized the art that she did in this comic. Like, for example, right here, this is very small, the other one's bigger. Like, she made a big mistake right here. The imagery right here, she made some mistakes right here, showing how big and buff these guys were. Let's see what else. Right here, the arm's a little bit off over the shoulder. Like, she made a lot of anatomy mistakes in that angle. Like, right here, like, the shoulder's way too small. It should be, like, over the length of the thing, over the panel.
As somebody who has a DeviantArt myself, I am cringing at this.
Yeah, because she made a lot of mistakes in a lot of the stuff. Like, right here, the illustration of the art right here, it's like she's making, like, paper, illustrations. Like, the shoulders are, like, all square. You can tell by what she was doing here. Other than that, like, the rest is not a mistake. She with a little more improvement, she could do better. You can see right here, a lot of the illustrations were off on her character. Like, a lot of the things that people see in the arts and drawings, especially this one, this became a meme in itself. Like, let's talk about. someone get a glass of like she was talking about nations stop being sexist, start talking about tampons. It's about time, says Mockingbird. It's like that one was like the whole situation with that one was she basically was trying to stop a mutant girl, trying to negotiate with her, but they tried to hide the fact that they were going to shoot her. And that whole story, it just didn't make any sense at all. When she was like making a joke about stop being sexist, start talking about tampons, which made no sense.
Hold up! Isn't this the same comic that has that panel? That page, that illustration about one of the main characters saying, "Ask me about my feminist agenda."
Pretty much.
That was one of the covers.
That was one of the covers,
and it was like a month. It was like a month before that. I want to say it was like 1 or 2 months before that happened. That the comic ended up getting shit canned.
Yeah, and there was a lot of mistakes in that comic book. Like there were tons and tons of mistakes in the illustrations. Like the panels were just way off on the art, and like people, you know, if I should make reviews on comic books and just tell them that this is the mistake that they made. This is the stuff that this could have done better if the editor would have, you know, spotted this. Like here's an example. This is the girl that they were trying to stop, and you can see right here this was way off. Like the fat guy right here was like, where's the shoulder blades over here? Where is it? Like that one was a bigger mistake right here. You know, other than that, you know, you can see right here the hand was way off on here. Where's the thumb? Where's the thumb on this? And you can see right here there was a lot of mistakes in the illustration. Let's see, where is the other one?
Hey, I'm gonna go off topic for a little bit, but who else is ready for tomorrow's fight club round at Boston?
I might be.
Wait,
yeah, they're
gonna
gonna have
something
a
going
protest.
down in Boston.
They're gonna have a protest in Boston.
Where's my popcorn?
Yep.
Oh, and
yeah.
While we're on
says. Sorry.
Well,
go ahead.
Did you take my popcorn again?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Doc, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to that monk guy.
No, that's my popcorn.
Yeah.
Okay, it says here in this report that police have a zero tolerance policy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. How? Tomorrow's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be like it'll probably not be like the Charlottesville regarding the Fight Club scene, but it's gonna be amazing, you know.
I hope Antifa gets clobbered for like the umpteenth time.
Yeah, what the Atlas is, that is the Ubermensch will take the reins and dance with the blood of their enemies.
You know, I do find it so incredibly humorous that as soon as that the moment that somebody decides to punch back at these people, that they run and hide.
Yeah.
That's
For
because
people
they're
who claim,
whipped. They don't hit
and
the
that's the
gym.
reason why I keep saying that they have glass jaws. And if you know anything about boxing or about fighting, you'll know where that term comes from.
Oh. But anyways,
Yeah,
the whole thing with
Go ahead.
Boston, I just hope somebody shows up with a can of Pepsi. That was a meme. This year has been meme gold mine city.
What about? We need another stick man.
There can only be one based stickman, Mildra. We can't have two.
What?
The universe
What,
might
like-
explode.
There's only one Dread Pirate Roberts. Just saying.
Yeah, because the thing about the comics. Let me see if I can find an example of America Chavez.
America Chavez.
America Chavez.
No.
America
I have to-
Chavez. She's a lesbian.
Oh dear God, not that bitch again.
Yeah, like everyone's like not happy with her, especially.
Into the Discord. Look into the Discord.
Yeah, like
Especially Puerto Ricans.
yeah, they made her into a Puerto Rican stereotype. Oh no, you did.
Hell, wait.
Oh my
Permit-
God,
permit me-
Marvel!
Permit me
Freaking desist!
if I take some time to enjoy the irony at play here. You have someone who is trying to write about how progressive and how they're not doing the stereotypical hero or some shit like that, and they replace a stereotype with a worse stereotype.
Yeah. Yeah, and the weird thing is that it's kind of weird. Okay, yeah, it's like I'm looking at a panel right here. It's like, Chico, you look mad for me. I'm Captain America. Wait, did you say Hitler? And she punches out Hitler in this panel right here. It's like
Time paradox!
yeah, the whole time. That whole time parody was just ridiculously stupid.
Marvel.
Like that's not even
slowly. I'm
It's
sorry,
not
go
even
ahead.
funny. Like so what I end up coming to is anytime I hear Trevor No One or Stephen Colbert, which it breaks my heart looking at what he's been doing because of how much I love the Colbert Report back in the day.
Yeah.
But every time I hear one of them make some sort of political joke, I end up just groaning because there's no joke. It's like when it comes, if you're going to do a joke, you need to have some sort of exaggeration. Where is that here?
So basically,
And the frustration with the character like America is that I can see the potential I can see a good character somewhere in there.
Yeah, I do.
They ruined it.
I do see potential for American Chavez, but the problem is that they need to dig deeper. The writer needs to dig deeper. That's the truth of it.
Well, the
No,
writer
no,
needs to
Marvel
stop with
needs
full
to dig
full
deeper.
stop because
That's
the idea was very clearly she's Puerto Rican, she's lesbian, full stop. As if that's all you need to make a character, and the rest will just come in by magic.
Yeah,
You need personality, Marvel. You need personality and all the other stuff.
yeah, I kind of agree.
And it's like they probably looked at somebody like Captain America and just said that the main reason that they're at such a high level is because white straight laced man.
Yeah, the thing is, like,
Except ignoring the whole.
The thing that turned me off about this whole thing was her going into a Harry Potter college. No joke. This was pretty much they pretty much read Harry Potter and made her into a superhero going to a Harry Potter college.
Have you seen the hashtag that I was trying to get going for a bit?
I haven't. Go ahead.
On Twitter.
What was it?
Read something else. I posted on stuff like Piers Anthony and John Stanford.
Yeah.
Specifically, the Prey books, which are basically my pulp hero serial kind of thing, especially living in Minnesota like I do.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where I was just so I would always get so annoyed when it seemed so very obvious that the only form of literature that they've read in their life is Harry Potter, and I'm just standing here going, read something else.
I read a few sci-fi books. That was it. It was more HD. It was like 2 H.G. Wells books and that Gundam book. No joke. I actually read the original Gundam book that they released by Del Rey, and it was actually pretty. It was,
and that's still an improvement.
Yeah.
Look, I can honestly say that whoever created America is quite possibly either a racist or a total fucking dumbass. I mean, I'm not being offended, but
it could be both.
Yeah, it could be both. As a matter of fact, God, why is she so mierda? Like, why is she so shit?
Maybe he has mommy issues and he's taking it out on everybody, not everybody.
What I see with the writer is effectively an empty braggart, like putting this out and saying, look at how progressive I am. I'm so progressive.
Yep.
And that's what it's for. It's not for us or for a consumer as a reader. It's for those
diversity bucks.
Yep.
It's effectively the emperor wearing a brand new robe
that doesn't exist.
The emperor still trots about as if he's got fancy clothes on.
If only the feminists would make their own freaking comic book called FemForce, which actually does exist.
Yeah, except one, FemForce actually exists, and two, it's not shit.
Yeah, it's not shit. Miss Victory, she cat bullied Tyr, and Lady Luger as the Nazi invader the U.S. Lady Luger. As in, she uses a Luger to kill people.
It's like with the whole Tracer being a lesbian debacle.
Well,
seriously, guys, stop attacking Overwatch. We're gonna make it more popular.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing with that. That wasn't really a debacle. That was bait.
Yep.
Like that. Like there was more people who were saying that all the gamer bros are going to be mad about that, and but no, we're not mad. We're mad that you expect us to be mad, but we're not mad.
Yeah. It was kind of funny. Like I didn't really care because there was like so much Fuda porn that people made about her. It was so ridiculous, and it's like no joke.
Yeah, well, Rule 34 exists.
Yep.
Yeah.
Boom, both girls out. Moving on. But the other real annoyance is when it comes to, and this is just me as a comedian and an internet comedian at that. So imagine how low my standards are.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the reason why I bring up when somebody like Colbert or Noah starts making jokes about politics, is because there's no exaggeration. There's no follow through. There's nothing taken out. There's nothing taken out of proportion to ridiculous levels. Yeah. Like when people were making Like the jokes that were made at Bush's expense, where somebody replaced his audio with that of a monkey.
Yeah,
that was funny because that has an exaggeration. Like you need a setup, you need an exaggeration, you need a punchline in order to do comedy. You can't just drop something in, say look at how stupid this person is, and then insert canned laughter. It doesn't work. That is not how comedy works.
I think Paul Feig needs to learn a few lessons from you, Mildred. Maybe then he'll stop sucking through a straw when it comes to making movies.
And 4chan needs to learn to make comedy even better. Because they keep using the same old freaking memes from 2005. No, seriously. You guys need to think of something original for once. Come on, 4chan. Please. Make some freaking memes that...
Careful, JT. If they could go after Eric Clanton, they could go after you.
Yeah, but at least he made Knock Knock Knocking Heaven's Door. Unlike 4chan, they basically made what?
See, this is why TG is the superior board on 4chan.
Yep.
This is the guy who got that one dude mad with a bike lock.
Go ahead and say what you had to say, Mildred.
This is why TG is the superior board, because TG gets shit done.
Yeah,
well, what does that make Pole then?
Pole,
chopped liver?
Pole basically makes the argument about politically traps are gay. No, seriously, they have a political debate about traps gay.
And to be quite honest, as far as the person who had the best answer to that question was Racevic, when he said, the answer is yes, but if you're bisexual, you probably get the most out of it.
Huh.
Let me see what you got here, Luis.
Oh, dude, this is something I found, and I think some flat earther did this. I think someone did this as a joke, or flat earther did this.
Yeah, if the eclipse are real, why do you need a special NASA glasses to see them? Throw away your NASA CGI glasses. Expose the lies. The research of flat Earth. Those people, yeah, they probably watched it, Dark City way too much to believe in that flat Earth theory.
Wait,
I'm trying to figure out when it comes to that sort of folk. Is that as stupid as when Tim Allen tweeted that old lie about if humans evolved from apes, why are there still apes?
Yeah.
Stick to voicing Buzz Lightyear, Tim.
I think he was trying to make a point. Why do we still have apes like idiots or something like that?
If you wanted to make that kind of point, then he probably should have said what I said in that if that biologically speaking, about half of vertebrate life develops the anus first. Therefore, I have to conclude that Antifa is a different form of life because it has no spine.
Well, you know who else doesn't have a spine? Bernie Sanders.
Yeah. He's more about
okay,
he's more of a guy that would do the whole.
Wait, didn't he get screwed by Satan herself?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just know that Satan still owes me $20.
Yeah. Vern the Jew got Jewed out of the race by both Hillary and Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Hey, Hillary! Black Lives Matter. I wish the worst for both of you.
Bernie, you a cock.
A white,
when it comes-
guilt-ridden cock. Anyway, why are we hating on Bernie?
I understand why why people would let them bowl over simply because you're when it comes to that sort of groups and when it comes to a lot of nerd culture groups, you have this inbuilt habit to try and have everybody get along, to not be confrontational, to not make a scene, not draw attention, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And usually that's because a lot of people had to deal with the receiving end of some sort of bully tactic. And granted, I am by no means a psychologist, but I am an observant man, and that's something that I repeatedly see. That's why the idea of just stepping aside doesn't seem unreasonable in their eyes. At the same time, though, I am more than familiar how cults operate.
Yep.
Having had
What?
Seems like the SJWs are attacking one of their own for interviewing Total Biscuit. Or was that
I heard about that
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, we heard about that a few days ago.
Yeah, we talked about that situation.
Now you found it.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
they basically claimed that because according to the situation, Anita kind of got upset because of the article, and they went after Total Biscuit because he was harassed, which was true. He was harassed by the whole situation with, but it wasn't really a harassment. It was more of a criticism about him, advocating that the whole question about traps are gay, because a lot of people were kind of like surprised that he would get upset over a person asking about are traps gay, and that wasn't directed at Total Biscuit. It was directed at Cox. What was his name? I forgot his name.
Jesse
Cox, because everyone was so pissed off at Total Biscuit reacting to that. Like, it wasn't directed at him; it was directed at Jesse Cox, because a lot of people, and it was kind of funny. At the same time, it was funny, but at the same time, it was sad that they kicked out the person for asking that question.
Well,
yeah, and then there was the fact that he decided to go on the high ground, and when somebody one thing
and
that's
virtue signal an apology down everyone's gullets just to prove that he's not a thought criminal.
well, the other thing that really stood out in the whole matter was when somebody said, "Congratulations for throwing away your integrity. You've lost a subscriber," and his response was, "Good, you can be replaced." And I have to wonder if the way he's acting now is him trying to do the apology tour, essentially.
Right now, he's probably he's not going to apologize at any time, because the way he was standing his ground on the issue of a trans person he befriended, Laura Kate Dale, which I don't blame her her situation, even though I didn't like her when she was trying to leak inaccurate information about Nintendo's Switch. And I personally, I know that some people followed her because of that, but it's kind of sad that, why would anyone get upset with her for writing an article about Total Biscuit's issue about harassment and everything, and then Anita comes in and tries to openly criticize the situation, and then have her friends sick at this person, and then go after the people, the Richard Stanton, who was in Kotaku of UK, and he still tries to make that narrative about Gamergate and all this other shit. It's like, it kind of shows you that Anita Sarkeesian isn't aware about what Total Biscuit's doing, nor does she give a shit about the gaming industry when she should be informed about what happened with Total Biscuit's situation. And it's sad that
it's kind of hard for her to pay attention to that when she's so busy focusing on her own reflection.
I know.
And this does feel a bit like deja vu, because if you recall, there was that whole thing that happened with Anita and Boogie backstage after the panel they were both on, where he talked about a experience of his own harassment, and she was like, "That was fucked up of you saying that."
Oh, she was completely.
Oh, and Anita, Dargon is not the garbage human. You're the garbage human for scamming people out of their hard-earned money that they earn in their jobs to make your stupid little point about how video game women tropes are causing misogyny in real life, which is not true. So please, for the love of all that is holy, cite your sources, actually play some games, and friggin' stop with your irrelevant nonsense. Hallelujah. Holy crap. Where's the Tylenol?
That's right!
Pickle Rick!
Pickle Rick!
That's right!
Why do I feel like I need to call in McNair and get me some rum?
I don't know. I'm sorry, man.
I don't know. Wait, what was that, Mildred? Sorry.
I feel like I need to call in McNair and get me some rum. But the whole point of it is that it's once you are a victim,
Mm-hmm.
you will always once you believe that you're the victim, you will always perceive the world around you as oppressing you.
Yeah.
And when you somebody like her does not, for all of her claims of people like that, for all of their claims of fighting for this oppressed group, they wish no such thing. They essentially want to have sheep with their heads down, and I suppose the whole thing with Total Biscuit, that's kind of the final straw of it, because I did get a chance to read the article before it got violated,
Mm-hmm.
and his whole thing could be summed up as grow thicker skin.
Yeah.
Now granted, the whole thing of grandstanding after the whole R Traps gay thing, that was really, really stupid on his part, and hopefully he's at least attempted to learn his lesson on the matter.
Yep.
But one thing I do have to wonder with because I get the feeling that Anita just has several people's Twitter accounts just open on tabs on whatever browser they use.
Yeah.
Probably Safari, because they're probably pretentious enough to be using Macs.
Yeah. And the sad part,
Watch where you're going, Mildred.
and the sad part is that this is what was going on, is that she, Laura Kate Dale had to break up a relationship with Total Biscuit, because it was in order to protect her from this so-called social justice crowd, because this crowd had deliberately went after her over Total Biscuit.
My beer.
Yeah, I really, really hate the fact that I keep being reminded of the stuff that I heard and saw when it comes to the Church of Scientology, but it keeps on coming back. Like, this whole thing very much reminds me of the fair game policy. That's why when there were the Chanology protests,
Mm-hmm.
they actually had an active reason for wearing masks. And it was because of the fact that they were dealing with an organization that would try and dox, harass, and generally make people's lives miserable if they could.
Yeah.
And And after all, this is the same organization that tried to delete data off of the database of the FBI back in the 80s.
Yikes!
And at the same time, the other thing that I'm reminded of is disconnection and suppressive persons, or SPs. Now, I'm not going to go into the full spiel about what an SP is. If you're curious, look up Tori Magoo's video on what is an SP, because she, as somebody who was in Sea Org for about a decade, she has a wealth of info regarding the whole thing. But the whole issue with her, the whole issue with the whole thing is that. And anybody who is critical that they have to be just completely disconnected with, like if someone who is your best friend for 10, 20, 30 years suddenly reveals a opinion that is not in line, that you have to just completely cut them out from your life completely. And I've seen how far that shit goes, and it's not a pleasant sight. And that's what I'm seeing when it comes to her being forced to essentially disconnect from a friendship just because of politics.
Yeah.
And I completely hate that I have to keep making this comparison, but it is the gospel according to the monk, as far as I'm concerned. As long as it keeps applying, I have to keep making this connection.
Yeah, with Scientology.
Mm-hmm.
Scientology with Anita Sarkeesian. Ladies and gentlemen.
Well, with social justice in general.
Yeah, with social justice in general, they are very.
But I would not.
They're very much into.
I would not be opposed to calling Anita Sarkeesian a modern day David Miscavige.
Mm-hmm. Or Johnny Mac, one of the biggest conniving scam artists in all of Christendom.
Oh, yeah, well, I'd honestly say Peter Popoff is probably worse.
It's better than that.
Seriously,
it's better than nothing.
He gives us Mac. Seriously, Anita and Johnny Mac are giving us Apple users a bad rap. I'm serious, Vega.
She's using Apple.
Well, admittedly, I'm not sure if she is or not, but I have a Johnny, I have a lengthy bit of bad blood with Apple, so there's that.
What hell? Who
but I will see
here.
I will see you guys next time. Stay frosty.
You too. Thank you, Mill.
Shine on, Mill.
Shout away, bro.
All right. I want you to say something. What do you want to bring up, Johnny?
Can we just bring up how well Sonic Mania's been doing?
I heard I might buy the game on PC just to play it again, just to play the game. Considering this was a mod that someone created, but it was but considering the
Christian Whitehead, I think his name is.
Yeah, Christian Whitehead, who was a fan of Sonic, decided to make his own version of it and decided to be funny about it.
You know what's even funny? Sega actually authorized this.
Yeah. Unlike Nintendo, they don't authorize shit. They basically said, you guys are bad. Sorry, we got to defend our copyright.
Guess who makes the music for Sonic Mania?
Who?
T-Lopes.
T-Lopes?
Lopez.
T. Lopez? Ah.
I heard his rendition of what's the name of that first level in Sonic 1? Oh, sorry, Sonic 2.
What?
Emerald. I heard his
here. Like Metropolis, Oil Ocean, what?
Emerald.
Emerald Hill?
Yeah. I heard his rendition of Emerald and I can tell you this much: it is fucking amazing.
Yeah. Just take a listen. I'm gonna take a listen to his rendition of Stardust Speedway's Act 1 from Sonic Mania, or as I like to call it, the smoothest baby making music ever. By baby making, I consider it a complete scientific certainty that if somebody plays this in their bedroom with their girlfriend, her gear would just disintegrate at the snap of a finger.
Oh, so you were right. It was Emerald Hill. It's been a while though.
Oh, and who's she?
Let's see.
Hello?
Hello, that's not a she.
Oh,
How
it's
you
a
doing?
guy? Way to get my hopes up, whoever you are.
Yes. This is Johnny P. He's known as Johnny P. AKA.
Hello, Johnny P.
Yes. How's it going?
Yeah, pretty good. How you been?
Doing all right.
Who invited?
I think he
I-
came in. I
what?
think he came in when I
Why?
linked the thing in the.
I am my brain.
It's an open house. Anyone can come in.
Yeah, it's called the Open House Podcast.
Yeah, anyone can come in and talk about anything.
Also, the second most autistic stream on YouTube,
Yes.
next to the anti-SJW gangbang.
Hey, that sort of thing is my shtick.
Yeah.
You start listening to music on Sony headphones and I'll sue.
Where do you find these people?
I don't know. I found them. I found them, and they found me.
I don't know. But anyways, before we move on to some other crazy SJW crap, who here is looking forward to Injustice 2's Fighter Pack 2?
Well, let's see. I'm looking forward to Night Trap 25th anniversary. Even though most people are saying, I'm looking at the reviews right now. Some positive, some negative. It's kind of a mixed review right now. I want to play the Night Trap game since I never did as a kid. I was always poor. I always wanted to say CD system, but I might try the Night Trap game just to see how it is.
Anyway, earlier I posted a little question in the chat saying that who are you looking forward to in Fighter Pack 2 and Injustice 2?
You're asking that question? I haven't
Yes.
really bought that game. I might buy Injustice. I might buy the Injustice game, but I don't know.
Do it. NetherRealm is well known for their storytelling. And they're based right here in Chicago. And they're based right here in the US of A.
Really in Chicago.
So you don't have to worry about tanking the economy.
Let's see.
So anyways, Midnight, welcome to the Open House Podcast, man.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about?
Thank you.
What do you wish to talk about?
I don't know. I just came in because I haven't seen, this popped up in the recommended thing for YouTube, and I haven't talked to you in a while,
Oh,
so I figured I'd come in.
okay. How's it going?
Fair enough.
Yeah, they always do that.
Eh,
They always forcibly
pretty good.
recommend. They always forcibly recommend YouTubers to everybody in the community. It's like, I recommend you check out his channel. He's more of an asshole than anything else. So go ahead and check him out. Like,
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
being a prick is my job. Why do you think I go after Hack? Why do you think I went after Hack Baker? No, seriously. I went after him, and I went after him hard.
you
ooh, sexy.
oh, you go hard.
That is not what I meant.
No, that's a
Sure.
song. That's a song that actually, what's his name did. Like they interviewed Donald Trump and they did a songify of him saying "I go hard." Like they actually asked him questions.
Grabbed him by the pussy.
Grabbed him by the pussy. I go hard.
Yeah.
Polo, I go hard. Golfing, I go hard. definitely.
The Open House podcast is a freaking classy show.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he
Now,
does a
to
lot of
provide
that
some
stuff.
context for our friend Midnight here, unless he's heard of what went down at the Fox Baker household.
Fox Baker household. Never heard about that.
You know, the place where Hack Baker and his team and his entire family of not so crazy molded types hang out, and they're all references to Resident Evil 7.
Oh.
Just to be clear. Anyways, Hack Baker, or as people not named Johnny call him, Mike, was abusing the crap out of Cody and Emma.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Oh,
people
yes.
from,
I know, I've heard about.
myself.
Oh my god, fucking piece of shit. Like, oh, it was just a prank, guys. Oh, but Cody's a piece of shit and he pissed himself and, you know, he rolled on a wall or carpet or whatever. But it'd be funny. Look what you did, Cody. You know what you did. And just don't remind me. Thank you for reminding me, you dick.
What became of that fuckface anyway?
But seriously, though, we weren't having any of it.
Yeah.
We went after him, and we went after him hard. We did everything short of breaking out the weaponized autism on that clown.
Going hard.
Well, no, hold on. The weaponized autism is only reserved for Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf.
Ah, yes.
The new season begun.
What can I say about that guy that hasn't
The new
been
season
said
has
already?
begun of Capture the Flag.
You know, it's funny. I actually think he enjoys this half the time. Like, he knows he's going crazy, but he enjoys the chase.
I know.
Like, you know what I mean?
I know. And he's I think they should make, I think Shia LaBeouf should make a documentary
Or that
about
trouser
this.
mouse jerk canoe who did the whole lolly thing, which, by the way, is not my cup of anime tea.
Yeah, because I think, you know what I think he should do? I think they should just do a documentary of Shia LaBeouf and 4chan. But internet historians have done a better job of doing that, too.
And make it directed by Steven Spielberg.
No.
Oh,
have
shit.
I think Shia LaBeouf should get his own, like, reality show and 4chan together.
Oh my god! Is Shia LaBeouf with a reality TV show?
Yeah.
I'd rather watch paint dry.
Yeah, 4chan trying to follow him 24/7. I would pay to see that, just to see.
Oh,
just
God.
to see. No, actually, he would do the capture the flag thing and try to challenge 4chan. Okay, guys, I want you to find me in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to Antarctica. Bye bye, bitches. And then they weaponize the
4chan, true to form.
Yeah, because they probably will do it. They probably will go to Antarctica. Just looking for the
They'd go all the way to the friggin' Sonoran Desert just to find this
Or
guy.
they could just find him in South Africa.
Oh, damn.
In the middle of nowhere. Getting
Hippity
captured.
hoppity, stay off my property.
Pretty much.
South Africans will end up destroying Shia because of the white genocide that's going on in there.
Speaking of, I'm still a little miffed at that lady who thinks they should abolish science and replace it with some wacky voodoo hoodoo Thunderbird Final Fantasy fairy tale pixel nonsense.
I remember seeing that video. I couldn't watch all of it. I was like, nope, this is stupid.
Oh, you made that
I
black
had to go
asshole.
through all of that for you three. You're friggin' welcome.
Oh, you made that black asshole who wanted to put that motherfucking voodoo and shit.
Yeah, I can imagine, you know, I used to remember the threats that people said to me. I cast a spell on you on Twitter. I remember that one guy that was threatening people, saying, "I'm gonna cast a spell on you," and I swear, there's even people that are like witches that are like getting upset over Trump. Like, no joke. There's Wiccan witches that are like saying, "I'm gonna cast
Oh
a
my
spell."
Christ!
Like, no,
That
God.
seriously?
yeah,
Yeah, that was real.
To the witches there?
yeah,
Last I checked, this isn't Final Fantasy.
yeah. I'm not joking. They actually
sure?
exist. Like, they were trying to.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Community
but
of friggin- Somebody, get Magog in here. Stat!
I wonder how everyone else is. Hunter, Lisa, other people in there, which I forgot the names of.
Lisa's okay. She hasn't been.
Yeah. When it comes to the streams of corruption, I'm kind of like the eccentric uncle. She's
Yeah,
like,
I never get invited to those. Oh well.
No big deal, man. So what you been up to lately?
Nothing much. You know, I've been hanging out with atheists, apologetics. I've talked to many people. I've been on this YouTuber streams. God's odds. He's an odd one. He's a Christian, but he also believes in conspiracies. 9/11 was an inside job.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's just fucking nuts.
He believes that 9/11 was an
Not so
inside job.
woke.
then again, pretty much anybody who believes in ethereal sky puka is nuts.
Yeah.
What do I know? I'm just a lowly atheist heathen.
Yeah, you're gonna go to hell because you don't believe and you're suppressing the truth. Like, I fucking hate it when they say, "Oh, you're suppressing the truth." My counter argument is, if God, if God exists, how can a mere human hope to suppress the truth, at least for at least for as long as you claim that we're doing? Oh, you're suppressing the truth. Okay, so it must not have been a very strong truth.
That is true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they don't want to hear it. Do you're suppressing the truth? I'm like, okay, dude, I'm done. Somebody kill me.
That was your crazy week.
Well, it's been my crazy couple of months, not just a crazy week.
Wow.
It's been a crazy freaking year, mate.
God.
The one thing that sucks about the Google Hangouts this way, rather than the usual way you will have them when you go live using Google, you can't really mute anybody.
You can't really mute anybody. I don't want to, the reason why I use OBS because I don't want to repeat of what happened with what's his name, Chairview. Chairview had some guests coming in, and then one of them showed up naked with his penis dangling out, like no joke. The reason.
What the fuck?
Yeah. No
What?
joke. Chairview actually had.
What about Bleach Boy?
Yeah. Beach Boy, I don't know. I don't want anything to do with that autistic kid because that kid was fucking.
Well, I mean, yeah, JT. I suppose one way around that is that you can use OBS, yes, but if you want to do it the other way, you can actually screen share an image. You know what I mean? So you're still using the regular Hangouts that Google has, but you just screen share an image, so that way if someone comes in, they won't see who comes in. So you won't have that happening to you.
Yeah, because I don't want.
I don't know if I explained it well.
Yeah, because a lot of the guys that.
Oh, I have another vacation story.
All right, go ahead and explain your.
On the flight from LA to Denver, I had to sit across from a crying baby, and Jesus Christ, I was lucky I had the patience of a saint at that time. I was tired at the time because that baby was just, oh my God.
Yep, babies suck.
Yep, it happens, man.
Yeah, I'm never having kids.
Yeah.
Welcome to my world, Midnight. Not having
Yep.
kids either.
And how was the The My Little Pony fandom.
They're still autistic and stupid as fuck, but
Hey,
what? Are you a brony?
no, I'm not a brony, but I am an autist.
Well, so am I. Join the club.
Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club, son. Let's see. Kingdom Come is coming out soon. The date is February the 13th, 2018.
Yep.
Anyways, how's about we roast some SJWs? Let's start with Moldylocks.
Moldylocks?
Yeah,
I'd rather not bring her up.
aka female Macaulay.
I'd rather not bring her up because it's not like I want to hate on her or anything like that. It's just she exposed herself way too much, and already she's trying to change.
Wait,
her
Then
you mean
again,
she doxed herself?
she was in amateur porn.
Yeah, she was, and everyone was laughing at her, and I just don't want anything to do with her. It's like no joke. Like everyone was like looking, like posting porn images of her, and I'm like, oh god, you guys are.
It's a good thing I wasn't one of those people. Otherwise, I'd be arrested on counts of bestiality.
Wait, what?
No, he's talking about the what was down there.
Oh,
Like
That bitch was hairy.
yeah, that bitch.
Jesus.
Like, mow the lawn, girl. That's what they.
He needs some milk
And everyone was like,
and probably a BLT.
yeah. And the funny thing was, they did like videos of her. They did like meme videos of her. Like they were just basically like Trump winning the election and her masturbating away. I was like, what the fuck? Like they made so many meme videos of her. It was just no joke.
Yep.
I think she should stop LARPing as a revolutionist and start LARPing as Macaulay.
I don't know, because I looked at that situation, and I watched it. It's like Berkeley. She had a bottle of whiskey with her at all times, and I noticed this bottle of whiskey that she had in the picture, and a lot of people don't realize that is illegal in Berkeley, because they do have a law where you can't drink alcohol in public, and she had a bottle of whiskey.
I think she was gonna bash somebody over the head with that bottle.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
It didn't.
Why didn't they arrest her for that bottle of whiskey? Because the thing is, they're not allowed to drink in Berkeley, and that was against the. You're not allowed to drink.
Because she's a white person, and white people can't do no wrong.
Well, more like a woman, but
Yeah, because I read the laws describing the whole Berkeley thing, and I even pointed this out. Why did this woman? First off, why did this woman drink? It has a bottle of whiskey with her that was empty, and they should have automatically arrested. Because usually Berkeley would give her a warning or give her a ticket for that, or a citation ticket to attend court. And I know this for a fact because I read some of the stories about this. They do this all the time.
It didn't help that it had a fucking M80 inside that bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, and that was the other issue that people were complaining about, and that was one of the things that people were bringing up. Why are you throwing those whiskey? Why do you have it? And they were like explaining, oh, this was the trash thing. We were doing trash detail for the thing, but why do they have? But why do you have a bottle of whiskey at all times?
Sorry,
It's fine, man.
my BS detector was going on.
Your BS detector. What did you detect in your BS?
It's between the Emoji Movie and Justin Bieber's relevancy.
Oh, okay.
But when that one Antifa scumbag tossed that smoke bomb, oh man, and the wind went the other way.
Mhm.
Let's just say Antifa went scurrying off like the little cockroaches that they are.
Okay.
I can't believe it took you that long to realize what I just referenced.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry. With a little more improvement on your jokes, you could do better, man. Don't worry about it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just try to figure out. You're doing fine so far. You just have to stop with the interruptions. Like, I found out something. I realized something.
That's the problem.
Yeah, you do that.
Anything that goes up here comes out here.
Yep, that's pretty much what you were doing.
But enough self-help advice. This is the Open House podcast, not the Ask Uncle JT podcast.
Keep this up, kid. You'll do fine in Nurgle streams. You finally got some sticks there, man. You got your stick. They come back.
Speaking of Nurgle's stream, where the hell is Routes?
Routes, he doesn't come on all the time, man. He's mostly does his own thing. Because you have to realize he has a family. And, you know, he has to take care of his family.
Yeah, I know. It's just, it ain't the same without his magnificent American Guan Yu looking face, because he's got that friggin' beard, because he's got that friggin' ice cap that he calls a beard.
Yep.
And Ralph, I ain't trying to roast you, man. As somebody with a beard myself, which looks more like a forest than an ice cap.
Yep.
But it just ain't the same without him going off on SJWs and thinking of us millennials as a bunch of lazy trust fund babies.
Well, the thing is, dude, you got to understand a lot of the generation changed over the years, and I can understand you actually, what do you do?
I just do movesets and play video games, man. I'm too busy not giving a damn about the current political state, trying not to give a damn about the current political
And
state.
you're also going to college, right?
Yes,
All right.
to get a culinary degree now.
Culinary degree. You're going to become a chef.
Yeah, but I'm gonna mainly cook at home for my folks, just to prove to Raltz and everybody else who has beef with us that not all of us are lazy.
Okay, I can understand. I wish you the best of luck with your culinary degree, man. Don't worry about it. You just got to learn to cook. I'm pretty sure you know how to cook chicken. I know you probably learned how to cook a lot of things. You just got to...
I did cook a tuna noodle with the help of Mom.
Oh, really? Good experience?
Yeah. But anyways, I wonder what other crap we want to talk about. Well, let's see. I'm gonna go see what's going on.
Mhm.
Hey, how about passive ideas for the Emoji Movie sequel?
Oh God, no.
What?
I don't want to see the Emoji movie after what happened.
Doc, are you generally trying to make me go off on another rant?
Yeah, go ahead. Do your rant, JP.
Do it.
Do it now. Save yourself.
All right.
Do it now.
Okay, Stoney. You
Do
guys
it!
were a pretty good part of my childhood with the animated stuff you had out, like that one Jim Henson movie with Elmo and all the Grouches and stuff. But after Ghostbusters, I friggin' lost all hope with you, except with your consoles like that PS4 Pro that's currently hooked up behind that TV over there, or that PS3 that I had since like in or around 07, 08. But please, for the love of all that is holy, turn the ship around, or you're going to hit a metaphorical iceberg, much like what the Titanic did. You guys remember when that Titanic thing was unsinkable from your history books?
Yeah.
Well, Sony is right in that scenario. And unless they can just drop all the progressive social justice types and hire people who had actual talent in the field of entertainment, they'd go back to their glory days, back when they owned more stock than they know what to do with. And for another thing, shove it up yours, Sony Music, for murdering one of the greatest entertainers in human friggin' history. And to all the Sony troglodytes, the next time you pop by and see a PS4 and salivate over it, don't delude yourself over the company you're supporting. Actually, use some brains and see, oh, well, there are other franchise places like Nintendo or Microsoft. Oh, I can't do that much because I'm busy jerking off to Sony. Well, guess what? I had a Nintendo Wii, a Nintendo 64, a Super Nintendo, and a GameCube. Oh, and you know what? I preferred it back when things were simpler with you, Sony. But now, and using Fallout Boy for that new Ghostbusters movie, freaking seriously? My entire immediate family has a better taste in music than you uncultured swine. Hallelujah. Holy crap. Where's the Tylenol?
Oh, dude, that was fucking gold. Hallelujah, brother. Pass the ammunition.
Yeah, pass the Yeah, I remembered a meme that someone was telling me, guess what, we're all Nazis. Facebook is a Nazi.
And another thing!
YouTube is a Nazi. Everyone's a freaking Nazi. Google's a Nazi. YouTube, CNN's a
that
Nazi.
PR stunt you tried to pull with both the Emoji Movie and Ghostbusters, it went south. Because you know why? People actually have gray matter above the brain stem. Whereas you guys keep salivating the same social justice talking points that the people probably got from their social human studies professor. Oh, you don't see Ghostbusters because you're sexist. Yeah, that's cute. Where'd you get that from? Gender Studies 101? I mean, come the hell on, guys. You're better than this. I mean, you guys are selling PS4s like hotcakes, yet your stock can't seem to get back to what it was back when the PS1 was all the rage and when you had friggin' Crash Bandicoot, who, by the way, had an insane trilogy which also sold like hotcakes, mainly due to the new voice actors doing a bang-up job, like Lex Lang, John DiMaggio, Greg Eagles, Fred Tatascari, Dwight Schultz, Jess Harnell, who played Beryl in the highly recommended flick Nightmare Before Christmas, and Maurice LaMarche and Corey friggin' Burton, who many of you Arkham guys know as Dr. Hugo Strange in Batman Arkham City. But that I'm veering way off topic, so please. And one more thing. When you attacked James Rolfe, who had reviewed movies like the uber classic Hellraiser, Nightmare on Elm Street, and even Krampus, which I personally saw and highly recommend you see, and it's on DVD, by the by. You attacked every reviewer in the Western freaking hemisphere. So please, take a big, deep drag of that polluted Japanese air, look in the mirror, and say, this is what we've done. Hallelujah. Holy crap. Where's the friggin' Tylenol?
Okay, I think you already said that twice.
Oh,
Three times,
dude.
actually.
3 times?
You should tell. You should totally go off against Kaz Hirai for letting his company go to shit.
And Kaz Hirai, please route your ship, or sink it and let somebody else gobble up the rights.
All right. Did you hear about Rebel?
I got
Go ahead.
What?
Did you hear about?
Go ahead, Doc.
Did you hear about Rebel Media?
Wait, they were the one who had that hot piece of Canadian ass Lauren.
Yeah.
Bet your ass.
Yeah, Canadian ass, Lauren Sutherland.
Canadian
All I
waifu.
know about Lauren Southern, other than her journalistic integrity and her Orvarian fortitude for going to the Battle of Berkeley and the raid in Washington D.C. is that she's pretty attractive, and I'd probably smash that. Hey, a man can dream.
Yeah, but I kind of feel bad for her when what's his name, Jack Cote decided to pull, and he had a very good argument for it, and I hate to say it, it was a very good argument.
Well, what was the argument?
Well, the reason why he pulled it out, and I watched the video, because Lauren Southern got involved with the group, and that group did try to interfere with
endanger some lives.
Yeah, endangered lives, and of course,
wasn't it the same reason her Patreon got shut down, or was it for another?
It was for that reason. Because she
I was under the impression that it was something else.
It wasn't. I watched the video, and their policy strictly says that if you try to cause harm or a loss of life, which she kind of did, because they were doing rescue efforts for immigrants that were in Europe, that were around the Italian Sea, and she got involved
because Italy wasn't taking crap from anybody.
And she got involved in it, which they showed a video of her lighting up the flares.
Yeah, apparently Patreon has a strict rule regarding using the money for activist use.
Yeah.
Which is weird because there are SJWs who have their own Patreons and use that money for social justice bullshit and activism.
Mm-hmm.
So it's okay when the liberals do it.
Yeah.
Talk about double standards, Patreon. You guys are just why you do this? Now, just so we're clear, I hate the stupidity on the internet with the fire of 1,000 suns. But this is freaking deplorable. I mean, Patreon, you're supposed to be there for people and actually drop the ban hammer on somebody who likes to do violence, like, say, any given Antifa scumbag, like Moldylocks or Eric Clanton, who, by the way, poll in their infinite weaponized autism. So screw you. I got an autist past and a ranter past tonight because reasons. Mm-hmm. Wanted to, I don't know, screw everyone over. Mm-hmm. And they tried investigating Sargon, who I still stand by isn't a garbage human, but Anita is.
Well.
And they didn't. What did they find? Nothing. Nada. A big friggin' goose egg. Mm-hmm. And Laura, baby, if you're watching this, which I highly doubt it, just know that me, Atticus, JT, Mildra, Raltz, and everybody else who would enjoy Rebel Media has your back, babe.
Don't involve
Damn
me.
right.
Don't involve me.
Fair enough, JT. Fair enough.
Yeah, because I don't. I'm not against Laura Southern or anything, but it's just, for me, it's like, I don't hate her, but I understand that she's more of an advocate than a news journalist. That's how I see her.
The exact opposite of Banana Kasparin over at the Young Derps.
Well, here's the funny thing. People are still bringing up the Armenian genocide at Anna. No,
I was gonna mention that shit.
People are still bringing that up to her years later, and still in 2017 and college. No joke, a college brought it up.
Let me guess. She got triggered.
Mm-hmm.
Very triggered.
Oh, little advice for those who want to RL waifu Anna Kasparin. Do not stick your natural spear in crazy. Just saying. Once you go that route, God, may Keck have mercy. May Keck, the 9 pantheons, and God have mercy on your soul.
God damn it, Johnny!
Hashtag John Wisdom.
John Wisdom. Well, yeah, I kind of agree with you there. The funny thing about it is that they still bring that up to this day about the Armenian genocide. It was just no joke. Everyone keeps bringing that up.
Yeah, especially Tell Cenk Uygur that shit about the Armenian genocide. He's gonna go ape shit.
Everyone.
Ah, yes, the big brown elephant in the room.
He's more of a woman buffalo, but
The Young Turks. Annika.
Yeah, because a lot of people.
What, you guys thought you call him a buffalo?
A lot of people bring up the Anna Kasparian thing. It's like, even I was laughing about it. It was like so funny too, because people were bringing up about Anna Kasparian is not true. Is not true Armenian, and people are bringing that up about the Armenian genocide. Like, everyone keeps bringing up the Armenian genocide every time. It's no joke.
Oh, by the way, have you ever seen that fight between him and Alex Jones?
Yeah, I remember. She said, "Get this flat file." And I was laughing about it too, because all he was doing was just like pissing him
So
off.
it's a buffalo versus probably the most hot-blooded SOB this side of Rawls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me show you the video, because this was back in 2016. Try YouTube. No thanks. They're trying to advertise for YouTube TV. Like, no joke.
The beautiful thing about that fight was Alex came prepared with his secret weapon.
Yep. And
Ultra male vitality.
Yep.
I thought his secret weapon was gay frogs.
No, that's his second secret weapon. Like, it's like he's like Kuro Yoshikage from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4. He has 3 very effective weapons.
What are they?
In this case,
Yeah.
in this case, it would be the gay bomb, the gay frogs,
Yeah.
and ultra male vitality.
Yeah, let me show you the video where Anna Kasparian was trying to answer the question about the Armenian genocide. Like, people keep bringing that up to her every time.
It's gonna be funny. Wait for it.
Yeah, people kept bringing up the Armenian genocide.
May the 9 pantheons be with that man. In case you guys can tell, I am a huge Smite fan. I love me my mythology.
No. All because Saint York was just bringing up the Armenian genocide. No joke.
How about they just? That's why I call them the young derps.
I know.
They always find something to muck up.
And yet he tries to deny the Armenian genocide. It's like, dude, that did happen in history. And people,
Whether you
people
like
were
it or
bringing
not,
up-
it happened, and there's no way in hell you can deny it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You'd be denying
yeah.
reality itself for that.
Yeah, and people are still
So please,
bringing up. People
Find a new line of work.
People are bringing up
Woodwork, crocheting, something.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, they're bringing up the Armenian genocide to the Young Turks like every time. Like this whole thing is so funny too, because whenever you bring up the Young Turks in history in World War One, they'll tell you about what the Young Turks were. And it was so funny too. Like they were bringing up the Young Turks like there were a group. The Young Turks were a nationalist party. Turkish Nationalist Party in the early 20th century considered the Ottoman exiles, students, servants, and army officers favored the replacement of the Ottoman Empire absolute monarchy. The constitution government, later the leaders of the rebellion against an absolute ruler of Sultan Abdul Hamid II in 1909. The Young Turk Revolution. With this revolution, the Young Turks helped establish the second constitutional era of the 1909, ushering the new era of the multi-party democracy for the first time in the country's history. After 1908, the Young Turks initially umbrella political parties committee the Union of Progress, in a series of began a series of modernization and military and political reforms across Ottoman Empire. However, the CUP soon began to splinter as many more liberal and pro-decentralized Young Turks left to form the opposition party in 1911, the Freedom Accord Party, also known as the Liberal Entry, which most stay of the CUP favored generally nationalist and pro-centralization policies. So they're named after a nationalist party. Ooh.
Oh, that's so edgy. Ooh, I'm shaking in my shoes.
Yep, and that's when that's what caused the Armenian genocide. And people are still bringing up World War I.
Hang on.
Bringing up the
my
Young
BSometer.
Turks.
My BSometer for this is between Hackbaker's relevancy, feminism,
Yep.
and what happened to poor Milo that got him to leave Breitbart.
So we're dealing with a nationalist party. The Young Turks are named after a nationalist party that started a genocide against the Armenians.
And that's what got Anna to go all full autistic screecher mode.
I know, and a lot of people are still making fun of the Young Turks, like they were denying the Armenian genocide. And it was so funny. Like they're named after a party. No joke. That was done by the Ottoman Empire.
Ottoman Empire, JT.
Ottoman Empire. That was so funny. It's like they basically started a revolution and tried to change the idea of Armenian genocide. Yep, they did.
I still wouldn't want to screw with Anna Kasparin.
Yeah, so technically, this is the signing of the Ottoman-German alliance to enter the Empire of World War I on the side of the Central Powers and carrying out the Armenian genocide. German. So they basically.
Oh, speaking of Anna.
So they basically allied with Germany. And started to carry out the Armenian genocide.
Tisk tisk, Shink. You should have renamed your organization. We're failures and proud of it.
Yeah, naming themselves after, and people are bringing up the Armenian genocide to Anna Kasparian, and they're denying the Armenian genocide never happened.
Tisk tisk.
Oh, dude, you know that when she freaked the fuck out over over Trump's victory.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she was pissed.
it was delicious.
Yeah, and then she started on a tirade saying that she was better than everybody else in this very very condescending tone.
Yeah,
Holy
she was
shit!
pissed.
Is that bun too tight? Was her bun that adjusted that fucking tight? Holy
Yeah,
shit!
no. I was surprised though. I'm not really upset with her. I understand that she got really upset with a lot of people.
The thing is, I'm better than you. You are scum. You are garbage. You are trash. You are worse than Hitler.
I know, but they still bring up the Armenian genocide to her.
Well, guess what, Anna? You're not better than me. Now go and make somebody a sandwich over at Subway.
People are still bringing up the Armenian genocide about the news named after a nationalist party in Turkey that did a lot of. Oh, now they're advertising the YouTube TV thing. Wow.
Just when I thought they couldn't shill any lower.
Well, they're trying so hard to get YouTube Red and YouTube TV to work because they're trying to offer like a cable service.
Who would want to pay for that other than brainwashed yuppies?
Well, anybody that wants to watch TV online, there is a market for that.
Well, if there is, count me the hell out.
You never know, man. It's not like everybody here is trying to start a war. The thing is, dude, you gotta understand they want to make money, and the problem is they can't make money thanks to the whole.
It's all about the Benjamins for these
you have to
people.
realize,
I
know, but the thing is, thanks to that whole situation with PewDiePie, that caused them to lose advertisers, and they lost a lot of advertisers bleeding out money for this situation. Now they're trying to cut. Now they're trying to cut their losses and trying to make a buck out of this whole situation. Considering that there's not many subscribers for YouTube Red, there's not many subscribers for YouTube TV because no one's buying it, and already they're trying to advocate for this stuff. Like a lot of the stuff that they're doing right now, it's no joke. They're basically trying to kick out all the people who make videos, like no joke, and they're not even making a lot of money. They're trying to cut and terminate people.
Right the ship now. No rants, no foolishness. Either right the ship or risk bleeding out more money from people who sometimes make a freaking career off of it, like Mundane Matter, Mr. Dapperton, who I still blame for the whole Pickle Rick thing.
The thing is, dude, you gotta understand. They're trying to get a lot of people to understand the issue here, and the political aspect of the situation escalated pretty badly for YouTube because they got hit hard by people who were advocating for these messages that they were putting on YouTube. Like no joke, they've been doing this, and they want better standards for YouTube to actually follow. Because they don't want to see people, like, if you're advertising, for example, like a Nintendo, like you're advertising, like they want you to advertise for Nintendo, and they see a person saying "Hell Hitler" on the video, they don't want to see that, because if you say "Hell Hitler" in a video, or say you want to gas the Jews or something like that, they'll consider that offensive content, and thus try to.
And isn't PewDiePie's humor these days genuinely edgy?
Yeah, it is. And that was the thing that That's the thing that happened with PewDiePie. Like, no one understood his content very well. That he just does random
Kotaku. Yeah.
He basically makes some randomized autistic jokes.
I'm gonna let that slide because
No, it's no joke. It's the truth. Like, he makes some randomized autistic jokes about in his videos. Like, whenever he plays a game, like last time he kind of went. He was playing this one thing called, I think it was a battle simulator, and he basically put tables versus Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris beats table.
Yeah, and Santa Claus. Like, he had an army full of Santa Clauses versus Chuck Norris versus tables, and Chuck Norris won.
Why am I not shocked that Chuck Norris won those things?
Because he's Chuck Norris.
Huh. Okay. Moving on to...
Mr. Metacore is wrong by V.
Mr. Meta who?
Yeah, Mr. Metacore is wrong. Like, you seen Mr. Metacore's videos?
No. I don't associate with cancer. But please, give me the skinny.
Well, I don't know. Let me see if I could find out, because he did some videos. Let's see.
So while JT is looking for some more videos.
He's known for his videos about We Was Kangs. Like, he made...
Oh, yeah. Tariq friggin' Nasheed.
No, he basically made the video of Black History Month Matter. Black Months Matter, and We Was Kangs.
He was also Internet Aristocrat and all these other names.
Yeah. He made, like, the Tumblrism, like the Otherkins and such series.
Well, guess what? Genie's out of the bottle, buddy.
Yeah.
So please, do us a favor. Shut off your YouTube and your entire internet connection and go out to live out the rest of your days in some volcanic island, Mr. Derptor.
Who?
And I'm usually the last person who wishes that on anyone.
Who?
For instance, with the whole... Mr. Meto or whatever his name is.
He's not a bad person. He just makes documentaries about different things. It's not like he's a bad guy or anything. He just exposes a lot of the crazy shit that's on the internet.
In that case, sorry, ma'am. Keep doing what you do best.
Yeah, here's the thing. The reason why everyone's leaving Rebel Media, and I'm going to bring up this situation, because right now Rebel Media is in a bad situation where they got exposed by a lot of employees who work there. And right now, a lot of people are not happy with what's going on in Rebel Media. Like, people are literally quitting that. Like, already Faith Goldie left Rebel Media because they kind of fucked up badly.
Gary McInnes also got out there.
Yeah, that's a good thing too, because right now they are fucking up.
Is it sad that I still want to smash Lauren Southern?
Nah,
no,
it's fine, man. I don't technically hate her. I just kind of dislike what she did, because there's a meme that I made that she said that she was advocating that she needed a bigger boat for these.
What's so wrong about a Jaws reference?
She needed a bigger boat to hunt down. Yeah.
Wine. Jaws is one of the all-time greats of cinema. You hear me, JT?
Yes,
One of the great.
I watched it when I was a kid, man. Don't worry about it. It's just the thing was there was a joke about her trying to hunt down immigrants with a big, because there was I'm gonna need a bigger boat. I need this much money to go on this big boat ride, and it was a joke. And it was basically a joke because a lot of people were making fun of that situation with her.
That's the problem. Nobody knows how to take a joke.
Yeah, and the thing is,
and I'm not born without sin when it comes to that.
Yeah, so it's just I just didn't like what she did, and personally, you know, she kind of got herself caught in a situation where she's an activist and everything, and it's like, and the thing is, you know, she was freaking nuts.
But in a sexy kind of way.
In a sexy kind of way, yeah, but her sister's kind of cute.
So we went from talking about the young derps to talking about railing ex-rebel journalists.
Yeah, and right now they are out of a job.
Huh.
What are your thoughts on Gavin McInnes?
He's an asshole.
He'd work better as a fedora tipping autist over at 4chan. Mainly Paul.
Yeah, and
they're always looking for new recruits.
Yeah, and I think he should be running the 4chan news, the 4chan news network or something. Like they should pay him to do the reporting for them. Like seriously, if 4chan paid him independently to do a show about 4chan news and report shit that actually happens on 4chan news, they would actually have him say some creepy ass bullshit like our trap's gay and such.
I honestly think the guy is condescending as fuck.
Yeah,
but
I gotta agree with you. Go ahead.
Me?
Condescending as fuck.
Especially when he was talking shit about video games.
Yeah, he was like,
I take it back. That guy's a jerk.
because he kind of said, dude, you guys need to grow up and get over it. And I'm like, dude, this wasn't about.
I said this a few weeks ago, and I'm more than happy to say it again. Don't diss the waifu. The waifu is sacred.
Yeah, like everyone else wants to bang Lawrence Sutherland.
Yeah, basically.
Death metaler.
Basically, fuck with my waifu. Your wife. Oh shit. Basically, fuck with someone's waifu. Your life's again. No man.
Yeah, because I personally think Gavin McInnes. He I don't think he belongs in a news show. I think he belongs. I think if he could probably do fine with his own podcast and shit.
You know what's funny? That dude used to be on Vice.
Yeah.
And he was probably the most degenerate motherfucker I've ever seen there.
I wonder if there are any sane hot chicks over at Vice. Or is that place such a social justice cesspool that I'd rather stare at like Tracer's arse or something.
All right, hold on.
You guys remember when they did good documentaries? Because I kind of do.
Yeah, they did some pretty good.
Rich Farm
They
remembers.
did some pretty good. They did some pretty good stuff. Now, let me see if I can find the picture of Lord Sutherland's sister. Here's one, for example.
Hey, how about Lawrence Saunders' love of hedgehogs?
Oh yeah, they try to ban her because of that. No joke, they did.
Ooh.
They actually banned her Instagram as well.
Yeah.
Well, now. I guess the apple doesn't fall. I guess the apples don't fall far from the tree.
Try to watch.
I mean, damn. I couldn't tell those two apart.
Well, I'll be damned.
Yeah.
Now I don't know who to rail. Either the banging hot ex-rebel broad or the ex-rebel broad's sister, who's probably make a good Cassie Cage cosplayer.
Yeah, she does cosplay too, and I know Lauren Southern does too. She actually does cosplay herself too, as a hobby.
Hmm. And we still need to check to see if there are any hot Vice chicks with more than 2 brain cells. But don't spout SJW tripe. Oops.
Well, you want a spoiler? There's not a single one.
God damn it.
Sorry. Unless you count the Japanese woman who drank Korean shit wine.
Yeah, it's just her sister. And I'll show you a picture of Lauren Sutherland when she was cosplaying.
Huh.
I didn't even know that she was a fucking weeb.
Yeah, I can show you her picture.
I guess that makes her even hotter.
Yeah, here's a picture of her.
I'm a bit of a weeb myself. And I'm not ashamed of it.
Here's her picture.
Take a gander, shall we?
Yeah, it's like you look at her picture.
Boss plays a mean Zero Suit Samus.
Yeah, like,
Not gonna lie.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go ahead and show people the picture. This is Lauren Sutherland's sister. And this is Lauren Sutherland. Let me see. This is Lauren Sutherland when she was cosplaying
As Zero Suit Samus.
Zero Suit Samus. She has done cosplays in the past. I know that for a fact. She does do.
But what about when her kid sister's cosplaying?
I would talk about that, but I don't remember her Instagram picture. Like.
You tried looking that up?
I could.
Or
I could. Like, she's more of a. Oh my god.
JT, you might wanna you might be interested in this, but she's actually older than Lauren.
She's older than Lauren. Wow.
Bruh.
Lauren's sister is a degenerate furry. Oh god.
What?
Oh god, they're bringing up some deep shit. Let me look up this thing. The Global Authority on Martial Arts.
Kind of cute.
And yet they're bringing this up in the forum, like her sister is a degenerate furry. Hilarious. How am I? It's like they're bringing this up to her, like her sister is a degenerate.
Don't F with furries. They'll jack you up.
Yeah. Lauren Southern's sister is a degenerate furry. Like they're showing the picture of her.
Oh, there's also the fact that they're saying that she's she's a hippie.
Yeah, she's a hippie. Let me go ahead and I gotta talk to my sister. I'm gonna get that out of the way here.
Huh.
But yeah, Lauren has the DLC package.
Yeah, the DLC package.
Yeah. What DLC package?
the veterinary DLC package.
You know what? Forget I asked, Doc. Now I can't unsee that. Thanks a lot, you shotgun-toting amphibian.
Shut your fucking mouth. Rumor has it. I confirmed it.
I need proof.
Oh, you want proof?
Yeah.
Oh, I will give you proof, motherfucker. I will give you some proof.
Oh shit, they disconnected me.
Oh god, what am I getting myself into, Vega?
I don't know. I'm getting OBS kind of disconnected me, but hold on.
Real classy, Doc.
Well, if you're curious about my doctorate, it's a PhD in which I got from a certain college in Kansai when I was studying Keijo. I was the OBGYN in that school as well.
Oh really?
Yes, I was the OBGYN at that school in Keijo.
Yeah.
Let's see what else.
So maybe Southern was just saying that just to shut that lefty up.
Probably.
The whole man thing.
Well, here. Well, Johnny, here's some proof that she has a second mouth. Or it has a second mouth.
What the hell is that thing? It's hideous.
One of the best damn channels on YouTube, in my opinion.
Ooh.
Oh, by the way, the dude in black is Muhammad, like Muhammad from Islam.
What? Would you guys excuse me for 1 second?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go to the bathroom and
Go
try and
ahead.
unsee this.
Go ahead.
You guys can shoot the crap out, whatever.
Don't worry, you're gonna shoot. You're gonna roll one out. Okay. Oh, JT. About the fight. Since tomorrow is the Fight Club in Boston.
Yeah.
Who are you betting on? Who are you betting on? My horse is on
I'm betting on the fact that this whole fight is gonna end in misery and terrorism and shit. Like something's gonna blow up in their face. Guns be blazing.
So
fire be.
Apparently, some Sorry.
Yeah.
Basically, a possible sequel to the Boston bombing.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
I wouldn't go that far, honestly. Maybe, and this is something I have learned a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the tactics of Antifa is basically.
And I'm back.
One of Antifa's tactics is using HIV positive needles.
Oh They will never learn.
HIV positive fucking needles. Of all things. I'm pretty sure that counts as attempted murder.
Yeah. So, I don't think there are any sane, bangable chicks in the young derps.
I don't know.
Nope.
I'm not really big on any of the chicks to bang. Right now, everyone's like saying, "Oh, we're gonna go." There's some YouTubers, but that's it. But I'm not gonna talk about them. There's some
hot Kekistani YouTubers.
not the Kikistani ones. There's some YouTubers that would probably be attractive, but I'm not like
Like who exactly? For research purposes.
Research purposes, I would say most people will be saying Zoe Berger, but nah.
Too overrated.
Too over.
Next.
Let's see what else. I haven't really looked at any female YouTubers as of late. There's so many of them that should be recognized. Let me see if I can look up some. There's Tara Babcock.
Who's she?
She's a gaming YouTuber. She likes to stream a lot. She's known for her. She was known on the Zoom Games thing, but she kind of relinquished her her thing. You can look her up. It's Tara Babcock.
Well, regarding the NTSW community, there are two, Maya Dominguez and Kisara Vera.
Mm-hmm.
I would also say Memory Holiday.
She doesn't have any tits though.
Yeah.
Whatever. But it's justice.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna just give out my like most people right now. You know, there's some like most people like Kite Tails because she has a cute face.
I'm not talking about looks though. I'm talking about content of their character.
Their character. She actually has Kite Tails is actually has very good character.
Mm-hmm.
Kelsey Lewin, you may not have heard of her. She's more of a video game historian type of person. She actually has a very big collection of video games, and she works with Metal Rock Jesus, and she owns a business. She's a very nice person when you get to know her. She actually has like a very big not like a big following, but she has a really big following in video game history type of thing. And I remembered she was a very nice person when she let me buy a game that I wanted to try out this game, even though it was a garbage game. I played it, I actually enjoyed it, but at the same time it had bugs in it. And Kelsey was there, and I remember buying from her. She was a very nice person. And she has her own YouTube channel. I recommend you check it out. She doesn't have a lot of content, but she does have a lot of video game explanations, and I wish her the best of luck with her YouTube channel. And I hope, and yeah, Casey Lowe in gaming, I reckon I'm giving you a shout out because you were very nice to me, and I'm gonna go ahead and give you a shout out. Let's see. Most people say Christy thinks. No joke. Christy thinks. But
and why her? They tell.
You never heard of Christy Thinks?
Can't say I have,
Okay.
JT.
Okay, I'll give you. Even though she's not around, she's more focused on her porn, her webcam stuff right now. Because her situation, I kind of felt bad about.
I have heard of Lewd Trish though.
Yeah, Lewd Trish. her situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was kind of a bit a catfish situation. Like I heard about what happened, and a lot of people were very upset with her. Here's the YouTube channel I'm talking about Christy Thinks. A lot of people want to bang her because of those things.
What things?
Yeah, I linked it.
Crap. One.
Damn.
Yeah. But she no longer makes.
Good Lord, Lou.
She no longer makes videos.
Dick. Dick.
Yeah, she no longer makes videos.
Please tell me those things are real.
No, they're not real. She even admits it.
God damn it.
And her Twitter is nothing but webcam stuff now. And I felt bad for her because right now, you know, I wish she would go back to, you know, but she decided to go back to whatchamacallit, her go back to her posting, you know, porn and shit. Like I can understand why, because I felt bad for her situation, because her husband was a really big jerk from what I heard, and she basically claimed and I wished that she would do videos. It's just a shame that she kind of isn't doing like live streams anymore, because everyone was like laughing at her when she did the live streams on Twitch. Like she was getting a lot of like videos. Let me see another one I would recommend you guys check out is Jenny Marbles. You probably heard of her. Jenna Marbles, like everyone likes her for some reason. Like she's the most hilarious person I ever met. Yeah, because a lot of people like her for some reason. Jenna Marbles is another one. She just likes to make fun of herself.
What the?
Yeah, Jenna Marbles.
Alright, what is it, Doc?
Let's see. Who else would I recommend?
And I'm ruling out Lacey Green because I think she's happy with the Chris Ray gun. And you know what? I wish them all the best.
Yeah, I wish them the best too, even though most people don't like her.
But
I honestly don't trust her. I honestly don't trust her, but I don't exactly.
At least she didn't double-cross the skeptic community like Francesca Ramsey did. Yes,
That's true.
I'm still sore over that stunt she pulled.
Yeah, what she did to Worski was unforgivable.
Yeah. Oh boy.
What she did to Andy Worski was straight up unforgivable. Like she not only double crossed the guy,
She double-crossed all of us.
yeah.
And we don't take betrayal that well.
Yep, everyone does.
I'm gonna be honest here. Francesca is nothing but a thought. She is a thought. If she was a transformer, she would be Dynamos Prime.
Thought it was cool.
Yeah, we don't like those types of people. Those types of people deserve to be drop kicked off the Brooklyn Bridge.
Booga 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 booga, nigga.
Let me see. Hot. And I used to remember Hot for Words was another one. There was a YouTuber. She was a very nice person. I feel bad for her. She hasn't really done many words lately.
Well, if it makes her feel better, I'll be more than happy to help her get on her feet
Yeah,
again.
Marina Loba. I kind
With
of
my ruggish good looks.
She was a very nice person, and I kind of feel bad that she kind of disappeared in obscurity on YouTube because she was a very nice person. Because she was known for Marina Orlova. She was very good at. She was more of an expert of definitions of wordings, and
then I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I feel bad that she hasn't made many videos lately. And I feel bad for her because she hasn't made as much as she wanted to, and I can see why. And she was a very beautiful woman, and I can show you the Hot for Words video. Now she's hot for nutrition. Like, I'm just like, she changed her thing from hot to nutrition.
Huh. She's not too shabby.
Yeah, she's a very attractive woman, and it's a shame that, you know, I wish she did more educational videos about words. Like,
How old is she? Like 40 or something?
yeah.
How old? She's
she
probably
takes
like in
care
her 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So possibly a MILF.
Yeah, and she hasn't really been active lately, and she's a very nice person from what I heard. And it's like, let me look her up. I don't know how old she is, but we'll find out because I know that they have like information. Because she was the one that argued with about Xmas. Christmas. Actually, she argued the wording of Xmas. She's 36 years old.
Actually, that's pretty good.
Yeah, but I'm not into older women.
She's actually 6 years older than me.
Actually, she's 37. Actually, she's 38 because it says she was born on December 1980.
Anyways.
And she hasn't been active lately. I don't know why. I guess she's trying her best to, you know, she's a, like, I don't know why she hasn't been very active.
And then there's, sorry. Anyway,
she hasn't been very.
And
active.
then, oh yeah, I know. You said that already, GT. You're sounding like a broken record.
Sorry. Let's see here.
Sorry.
Who else?
What about Toglin? Hell's Harlequin? Chickie who worked with my dog in that breastfeeding video?
Not that I know of. You have to
look her up.
Yeah. Let's see. Who else would I recommend to watch as a YouTuber that's very attractive?
Where is she?
Let's see. Who do I recommend?
Yeah, I'm trying to find Toglin here.
Let's see. I know Naomi Wu, aka Sexy Cyborg. She just basically does maker videos. Like, she invents.
There is one.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Ah, there she is.
Yeah.
There is one called Erica Lynn, if you're into flexible women.
Erica Lynn. Let's see. Who would I recommend? Rachel Moore.
Oh, she even has a DeviantArt.
Oh, really? Rachel
Yes.
Rachel Moore, which I recommend you check out her channel.
You know who else has a DeviantArt?
Who?
Sarah Widenheft.
All right, let me look up who you guys are talking.
She's a voice actress. She's a voice actress for Funimation.
Oh, really? She has her own YouTube channel?
Well, she has her own DeviantArt as well.
Oh, really? That's interesting. Rooster Teeth. Let's see. What do I really think? Okay. Let's see. Who do I think that Skyasia. Skyasia is a very cute person. She's more into the Minecraft thing. She's more of a streamer. And she loves to draw. She loves to do things. I recommend you check her out. She does live streams. She's more of a Twitch streamer, and I recommend you check her out. She's a very...
All right, guys. I sent you the link to Toglin's channel.
All right, let me see if I think she's a very Toglin.
Yeah. Yeah. Durgo might have heard of her.
Yeah. Let's see who Toglin is.
She's basically Hell's Harlequin.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's a goth chick. An emo goth chick. Likes to do art.
Hey, Gotcha's gonna be hot.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that sandwich shit they for Omegon, that was a masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I've heard of her through a certain extra-dimensional necromancer.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And
Skazia. I wouldn't want to talk to her because
another best girl.
yeah, last thing excuse me. The last thing I want is to see you dragged off to some circle of hell. I'm just worried about you, man.
yeah.
Aiden Paladin is also best girl.
Best girl. Let me see who this best girl is.
No. I'm saying that she is like in anime that she's like the best girl.
Yeah.
Aiden Paladin is also another one I would recommend.
Hayden Paladin.
She better not be another double crosser. After
Nah.
the Francesca Ramsey stunt, I had enough of those for one lifetime.
Aiden Paladin is red pill as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Let's. Is there any pictures?
Well, she is a shit poster, so
Let's see.
and she's also pretty good.
Alright.
Who else would I
see.
recommend that is a very good YouTuber?
yeah,
Talessa
Hayden
Kellheimer. Tess Kellheimer. Why? Because she did Chung Li. I'll show you. I would rather watch her action movies scenes that she does, but even though she was trying out for him, she does an awesome job of doing it. Like she did. Like let me see.
You know, there is also a good suggestion of mine. Sam Hyde.
Sam Hyde. I'll show you what.
Please tell me you were joking, Doc.
Yeah, he was joking. Let me show you. This is the chick that it's a shame that she hasn't done many. She mostly does live streams and commentary. But she did a weird.
Oh,
That
was Cammy, mate.
Yeah. Tess Kellheimer is a very. I wish she did more action videos like this because this is awesome.
No spiral arrows.
Yeah.
Or nothing Cammy related.
Yeah.
In layman's terms, she's doing it wrong.
check out the one with Kokoro from Dead or Alive.
Oh, really? Kokoro?
Yeah.
Yeah, she... Yeah, she has done some really good videos. It's just a shame that, you know...
While we're on the subject of Cammy,
With her-
Nurgle mentioned this,
With a
but
little more practice with her choreographing, she could do better.
yeah, but enough talk about YouTube chicks and waifus and all that jazz, because this subject's wearing out its welcome to
Not
sweet.
really. It's just a lot of people don't realize that this is just a joke.
That's the point of me saying that. But anyways,
Yeah.
speaking of Cammy, Nurgle had his rant on ESPN censoring one of Cammy's outfits because reasons demonetized by the bureaucrats over at YouTube.
Well, you have to understand, YouTube is trying to cut down on a lot of things, controversial topics and such.
I hope they lose even more money from that stunt.
Well, they kind of did with their own situation right now, because right now the whole YouTube blacklist situation kind of escalated pretty badly.
And I hope all the lawsuits they have open their eyes and see that they're going the way of the Titanic.
Well, the thing is, the thing I kind of suggested to them is to fire all the white people, but they're literally firing all the white YouTubers. Secretly firing them on YouTube. Like, they should fire all the white people in tech. That's what I was advocating for. If they want to start doing this whole diversity thing, they should just fire all the white people in tech, and then start with the CEO, start with everybody. If they're trying to advocate for this utopian idea of making diverse people into the job, they should just fire all the white people and see how their diversity works in the real world.
Well, guess what? It's not going to work because 9 times out of 10, white people do a bang-up job at their job.
Yeah, but here's the problem. They're advocating for a lot of strange things.
Like YouTube Red and YouTube TV.
No.
I know.
They're advocating for diversity, for a lot of for equality, but technically it's all a smokescreen.
Yeah, it's all a bunch of smoke and frickin' mirrors.
Which they're trying to change the public opinion around and try to brainwash people into the idea of this needs to happen, this needs to happen, this needs to happen. But the problem is you're gonna have someone disagreeing with this, because it's not gonna happen in reality when you're trying to convince people that we need to do this. Like, you're basically convincing people like a cult to do this or else.
Well, guess what? I didn't monetize any of my videos. So tough beans, YouTube.
And the biggest problem that they're having right now is that this is not something that they're trying to do. They're trying to literally get rid of all the people they don't like on YouTube, literally, by deliberately trying to claim that, oh, these videos, oh, we don't, and it's like the AI bot is just deliberately, you know, like, Lazy Gamer isn't a bad person. I don't think he's a bad person, because he basically makes historical videos. And they're basically attacking him because they don't like him. Because he makes historical videos about tech, about the tech history. Heck, I liked his video about E-Machine, which I used to remember E-Machine back in the days. They were pretty decent computers at a cheaper price. But it's sad that...
oh, dear God.
Yeah.
I had a monitor for a company, And
Bedtime for you.
one of those towers.
You hear me?
I'm nearsighted, not deaf.
Yeah. Well, answer then.
I had one of those monitors from e-machines back in the day.
Mhm.
Also, a computer.
Mhm.
Those didn't last very long.
And on that note, I'm gonna be heading off to hit the
All
sack.
right. Good night, man. Hope you enjoyed this long ass talk.
Yeah. And to YouTube, please get your act together, or you're gonna be hemorrhaging more people to other sites like Minds, Gab, App.ai, and VidMe, and Dailymotion.
That's fair enough.
Or Pornhub.
Or porn. Yeah. Yeah. It's just right now. You know,
Johnny.
yeah, Johnny's gone. Johnny's gone.
God damn it!
God damn it.
I love the guy's banter, man.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I can understand why Nurgle didn't want him, because he's a good kid. I can understand why that they're kind of worried about him, because what happened was a lot of Chans were sending messages to people and they were threatening to go after this kid if he doesn't get out of Nurgle's stream. No joke.
Honestly, I like him.
Yeah. Now you like him. That's why I actually asked him to come to my stream. I actually liked him. I actually like him now because he's more interesting right now on this stream than on Nurgles. It's just that people were like threatening to literally threaten Nurgle over this. Like, no joke, they wanted him out of the stream. Like, people outside of it.
Oh yeah, Lord.
Yeah, they threatened because they found him annoying, and I don't find him annoying. I just think of him like there's got to be some like way to let those things out of him, because he's kind of like me in a way, except not as bad.
He needs to get out of the shell.
Yeah.
And next Friday we should totally invite him in.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring him in because I think he needs to get out of his shell, and I want him to get out of that shell because I want him to express his opinions on anything he has in mind.
And his rants were spot fucking on.
I know. I know, especially the Tylenol thing. Where's my Tylenol? And I don't.
That's right.
That's right. And also that kid will definitely fit into my streams.
Oh, dude. Speaking of Gab, did you hear about what happened to Gab.ai on Google Store? They actually banned that shit.
Yeah, I heard, and did they bring it back in? I heard that they brought it back.
Let me check. I'm actually on Google's App Store right now.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Nope. I don't see it.
They actually did. They actually did ban it.
Well, let me see. Hold up.
Yeah, because I wonder about that too.
Unfortunately, Gab is gone.
Yeah, because I think it's because it's a competitive platform that they were trying to take into consideration, because that thing actually is kind of an alternative platform for Google. And Gab's is just a.
And I'm like. It's more like the libertarian version of Twitter.
Yeah, it's like the libertarian version of Google removes Gab app for violating hate speech policy.
Well, I'm actually not surprised, especially after all the shit that Google's been pulling.
And Google explains why it banned the app for the right-wing Twitter rival.
I do find it alright that we're using Google Plus,
Yeah.
but and YouTube, which both are owned by Google.
Yeah, it's just
But at the same time,
yeah, and it's like they kind of they're kind of alt social network Gab booted from Google Store for hate speech, which technically isn't really hate speech at all. It's just a platform for people that want to talk free speech, but they're not. But they do have their own rules and everything too. Like they have their own policies. I don't see why they would go after them for that. It's like no joke. They basically are attacking it for no apparent reason. Okay, so Gab became a hate speech. Okay, their narrative was basically a hate speech finds the new home online as the tech companies crack down. Like they're basically advocating this. Gab launched this almost exactly a year ago, defining ethos of free speech at all costs, proving its intended position of far right elements. Like, I don't know why they want to get upset about far right. $1 million raised by people to make free speech again. Say fuck you, Silicon Valley elitist trash. Thank you all. Gab successful comes after tech giants including Google and Facebook, which had been shy about policing hate speech, began forbidding white supremacists using their service in the wake of the violent events in Charlotte. Well, and they're still bringing that up.
well, there is something else. Speaking of internet bullshit, well, I won't say bullshit. More like yes. Here's what's happening. Tor is basically going against the Daily Stormer.
Tor,
which happens to have, yeah. Check your schedule.
I heard disgusted by the Daily Stormer defends software ethos.
That's ironic because Tor is that browser for the deep web.
Yeah. And yet they basically are the ones that are doing this. Like they basically are using stealth technology for web browsers, allowing a whole bunch of harassers to do this. And they had a big scandal, especially one of the developers was a freaking nutcase. No joke. This chick was a fucking nutcase.
Oh really?
Yeah, I heard one of their Tor software programmers was a nutcase.
Define nutcase in this.
Like she believes that everyone was trying to kill her.
Whoa. Oh, basically she was paranoid. Holy shit, dude. Yeah, that's I'm guessing it was. I'm guessing too much coding broke her brain.
I don't know, but I felt bad for her because she seems like a very nice person. It's just the thing is she's very scared about something that was going on in Tor.
Okay. Oh my
the fact that
Shit.
Andrew Weave is involved, that kind of makes it worse for Daily Stormer, because you have to realize Andrew Weave is the one that was doing this, and a lot of people don't realize who Andrew Weave was.
You know, to this day, I ask myself: is the Daily Stormer a parody, or the real deal? Because this plays more like a parody than the real deal.
And well, most people don't realize who Andrew Weave is. He was a part of GNA.
Okay.
Andrew Einheimer, also known as, he's a black hacker, internet troll, neo-Nazi. He identified himself as using a variety of aliases media, although most sources correctly provide his name as Andrew. Although Andrew Einheimer stated he has Jewish descent and is a member of the anti-Semitic network of computer hackers that wage a cyber attacks against universities. That's what they say about him on Wikipedia.
Oh, for those who don't know, GNA means Gay
Nigger Association of America. The GNNA.
Oh wow! Oh, they found out the second suspect in the Barcelona incident.
Yep, I heard.
Really?
Yep.
Are you sure
They
about
had
that?
a video of the guy getting arrested.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Because this is the guy. Your Skype right now.
Let me look. They always do that every time, man.
He can't get away with that shit, man.
They really have to always go with Sam Hyde. They always blame Sam Hyde for every fucking thing. Like, no joke. They just keep blaming him for... Like, they always use that joke. Sam Hyde did 9/11. Sam Hyde.
The thing with Sam Hyde is that he is the ultimate antagonist. He is that guy.
Yeah, Hyde is known for his involvement in several public pranks and internet hoaxes. His humor has been characterized as anti-comedic, cultural... Like, they really hate him. They really hate him. Like some of the stuff that he does is just weird.
Honestly, I used to watch $1 Million Stream, and it was actually a very good show.
Yeah, I watched.
The thing is, most people just it was too out there for Adult Swim. I mean, this is something that should have been on early 2010 TV.
Yeah, it's a shame that his show kind of got dropped because some guy claimed that his thing was anti-Semitic, and it was like none of the stuff that he did was anti-Semitic in his videos or right-wing or anything like that. But it just seems like people don't realize that, 4chan always jokes about him, about being the guy who kept killing, who was the school shooter, and a lot of people don't realize, it's kind of sad that even though he has right-leaning views, he's not a bad person. And a lot of people mistake him as this because if he was going to be anti-Semitic, you have to realize his producer was Jewish, and he even said this. Why are you going to say that that I'm anti-Semitic, and you're literally trying to attack him in the media, writing these articles just because you think that's going to really get people's attention on the issue? You pretty much got to admit that you don't like me. You don't like what I do. You don't like what I represent. You don't like what I have to say. That's fine, but I'm not gonna waste my time hearing all this negative stuff that you're saying about me, saying that I'm a bad person, I'm this, I'm that. Why am I gonna listen to that shit when I can listen to my mom telling me how bad of a person I am? I'd rather listen to her than you. At least she admits that she or my dad, because they're the worst and the best critics I would rather listen to.
Let's see. Nothing sure. All right, GT. I'm gonna. Been up since 8 in the morning.
I'm sorry, man. Thank you for coming, man. I gotta.
Nah. Anytime, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop the stream right now. Anyways, guys, that's all. I'm gonna probably leave my rant here. This whole situation between two sides, I don't like. I hate them all because the reason why is because they are reinforcing their ideas, their point of views, by deliberately beating the crap out of each other. Literally. I don't support.
They're identitarians.
Yeah. They're basically reinforcing their ideas over others. They're basically saying they want to kill all the white people, they want to kill all the black people, and at the same time, I realize, you know what? I kind of wish that they just fight it out in some type of area where no one has to see this shit, and then let them beat the hell out of each other. No, let them beat the hell out of each other. And no cameras, no nothing. Let them beat the hell out of you, and then later on someone will bring a camera and see all the dead corpses lying around. Because that's what's going to happen.
Honestly, I would.
You would pay to see it?
Honestly, I would actually. Yeah, I would love to pay. I would pay to see this shit. Honestly.
Yeah. Because...
And I would end up rooting for the neo-Nazis because Antifas are somehow worse than the neo-Nazis.
Yeah, because the one thing I kind of, I especially in the Captain America comic, I kind of watched we retweeted this, and I even showed it to everybody, because I kind of agreed with what Captain America said. Even though, one side wants to change history, and that's Antifa, while the Nazis are just standing by, laughing at them, and they're getting and instigating them and pissing them off because of their ideas. I don't really give a shit about. I don't support their ideas. I don't support both sides' ideas because they're basically causing chaos and hatred amongst the whole situation, and it's not going to fix the problem. Racism is not going to be fixed. It's not. It's not going to fix the problem by fighting each other. Because it seems like the only way that they want to get out of this is by killing people. And this is going to happen. Someone's going to die. Someone's going to get hurt. And if you don't stop it, and already one person died because of this. The two guys in the helicopter was an accident.
Okay. And in the case of tomorrow, or in a couple of hours, since we're already at 30, let's hope that nobody dies today at the Boston rally.
Yeah, because already it's going to become a problem. Because
I mean, if you want to do a fight club, fucking do a fight club, but whatever.
yeah, because right now, you know, especially when especially when news journalists are advocating that a bunch of people that are protesting against Google as neo-Nazis, that's not right. That's not right. Because right now a lot of people are fighting against the narrative that this company is being totally racist, totally about trying to be racist, and totally trying to be sexist, and trying to hide those facts from people, especially the whole situation with sexual harassment. That's an issue that in itself that needs to be brought out to the public. But the problem is, you know, we have these people from Antifa trying to silence that issue. And they're supposed to be the good guys, when technically they don't give a shit about whether this is about sexism, racism in the company that should have been exploited, that is being exploited in the company. Yet they want to talk about, oh, these people are Nazis, these people are racist, these people are doing this. They're trying, just because this guy made he kind of exposed the truth about what was going on in Google. And I kind of agreed with his point that these people in Google are trying to silence everything just because Trump won the election. They don't like him and they don't want him in office. If you didn't want him in office, why the hell would you give us fucking Hillary Clinton? Oh, because she's a woman. You know, no one gave a shit. You didn't know who Hillary Clinton was. You just brought her in thinking, oh yeah, she'll be a great candidate. She'll be the first woman president ever. And it's like, you don't know who she was. And you didn't know what she did. And you're basically letting her in where a bunch of people disagreeing with her did not like her. And you thought, well, Bernie Sanders is about the anti-establishment, but yet no one wanted it. Yet the DNC kind of backstabbed him, which a lot of people were upset about. A lot of people were upset when those DNC leaks happened. And no one paid attention to that situation. You basically tried to divert the attention to Trump did this, Trump did that, and then when people found out about the DNC leaks, oh, hell broke loose. A lot of people were pissed off. They voted for Trump. You guys you screwed yourselves in a fucking pooch. And oh boy, this whole situation brought to you by God knows whoever the hell did this. And of course, you guys still blame it on the Russian hackers. You still blame it on everything. But you have to realize something. That wasn't intentional, because a lot of people didn't like her. And it was an inside job. You might as well just tell everyone it was an inside job. And it's sad that people are not getting over it and moving on. It's like most people can't even move on from this, move past this, and try to look forward to the future. No, they had to keep getting miserable and fucking angry and upset that they can't move on anymore. They're all fucking mentally ill. Some of them, I just wish they just blew their head off and wished for the world to end. Because it seems like they can't move on. They're not strong enough to move on. And they don't even want to admit that they can't move on. They're so consumed by their own hatred, they don't even realize what's really going on out in the world. And that they just don't care anymore. They want Trump out of office. You can't get him out of office even if you tried to. You want to impeach him? That's fine. See what happens. Who do you want to put into power? Who do you think is going to take over for as a good leader? Who do you think deserves to be that leader? Who deserves to be that leader? I don't know. Marco Rubio? Fuck no. Do you think he deserves it? Nah.
The Zodiac Killer?
Yeah,
the
think? Zodiac Killer? Nah. No one likes him.
Jeb is like one step from pulling the fucking trigger.
Yeah, he's one step pulling the bucket the trigger to kill himself. Like
exactly.
It's like I understand most people don't like Trump. No, and I don't really give a shit if you like him or you hate him. Doesn't matter. Is he gonna be the bad guy of this whole situation? Maybe. Is he gonna fuck up? The only reason why people voted for him was because he promised to take the Trans-Pacific Partnership off the fucking law books. That's what he promised, and that's what he did. He kept his political promises, unlike most people. But of course, this whole thing about resisting and everything, like they don't like him because he's the bad guy here, and everyone's like hurt by their own feelings about him being the bad guy. I don't know why they want to do this. They could have worked with him, talked to him, reach out to him, and ask him, hey, can you do this? And you know what happened? One person was brave enough to talk to him, and guess what happened? What did he do? He actually gave a black college a $5 billion to have a black college, and everyone calls him a racist
and a homophobe, despite the fact he was the only one who gave a shit when the Pulse shooting happened.
Yeah, he actually gave a shit and talked about it. There was also the other fact that, people were saying, oh, he was transphobic. Well, what about the time when he basically allowed a transgender woman into Miss Universe project? He didn't have her disqualified. He basically let her continue to compete until later changed the rules around. And he actually listens to people when you actually talk to him. He even talked to a lawyer about this and said that this and actually talked about this. But it seems like no one seems to remember that one, don't they? Oh, he's the bad guy.
No.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
Oh.
He's a total asshole, and that's why most people want him in office, because he was a fucking asshole.
If I were to reference a meme, it would be that Donald is the Chad, and in the case of Hillary or Bernie, they're the virgins.
Yeah. And that's why most people...
Yeah, but...
most people did not want them in office, because they were... One, the reason why they didn't like Bernie, and I know why the DMC did this, because, well, I talked to a Democrat about this, is because he wasn't sucking cock.
Well, the other thing was he was about a socialist.
Yeah, he was a socialist, but he has 3 houses. No joke. He owns 3 houses.
I do find it funny that people actually believe that shit about the Audi. That was someone else who looked like Bernie.
Yeah.
But yeah, 3 houses and and a very eternal model that is no refunds, bitch. Yeah. Build a burn. Anyway, see you next time.
Yeah, I'll see you next time, man. Take care. Well, that's it. That's all for today. And I know that most people may not like this stream, but that's what I have to say for my free speech on the whole situation between two sides that pissed me off to the point that they want to practically destroy each other and destroy each other for the wrong reasons. And I'm not advocating for any side, because I know that any side is not a good side. Looking at both sides, they shouldn't be fighting each other. They should be talking it out. But unfortunately, it's too late, because no one gives a shit. All they want to do is destroy each other. Let them. If you really care so much about stopping the violence against people, stopping the marginalized people, and all that other stuff that you're advocating for, and you really care for that, then talk it out. Please. I'm advocating for the fact that both sides need to talk it out and try to figure out something. Otherwise, you're all going to kill each other anyways. So what's the point of me saying something in the middle? Because I'm just going to tell you, you're not going to live through this if you keep fighting this charade that you're pulling. Lying, cheating, backstabbing, it's not going to work. You're basically losing your own soul because of this. And I'm only going to tell you this once. Stop and talk it out. Because if you can't reach out to the other side and talk it out and try to reason with people, you're eventually going to kill each other. And this is the truth. One person's life people valued, and using it as a political excuse to blame Trump for it isn't going to do anything. It's just going to cause more harm than good. You think that you're doing good? Nah. You're not. You're eventually just going to destroy yourself, destroy others by doing it too. And killing your own self. For what? For a couple of bucks? For a couple of... to get a job that you want, that you always wanted because you have a vagina, you're black, you're white, whatever. Doesn't matter. You're eventually gonna have that job, but at the cost of someone's dead corpse. And you want that in your conscience? Do you? Well, that's all I gotta say. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.